Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Regan, Belladonna, Catfolk Wizard, played by Char.
Me too, and I have satchels of things on my desk that I'm playing with, so that's it. I don't have time for this. I have things to play with.
To play with my coins.
Yes, my little coins.
In the bottom middle, we have Mayhem, Human Fighter, played by Will.
I don't have coins right now, but I do have a screwdriver I've been messing with. It
Nice.
sounds good.
You don't have you don't have coins?
They're in my chest over here. Do you want me to get the chest?
Okay.
I'll get the chest. I'm good.
No,
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
everyone
Please don't.
get the-
Don't get the chest. Don't get the chest.
Here's my chest.
Oh, that's a big
That's a
chest.
huge chest.
It's got some stuff.
Yes.
And in the bottom right, we have Felix Milos, Human Bard, played by Alex.
Now I feel bad that I don't have that like desk toys within arm's reach. Gosh,
Some of us have
Get some.
distraction needs, so
I might go grab something. 1 second.
Yeah. Everyone get a little toy to play with.
Oh no, everybody's gonna have their jingly janglies.
we're all
All right.
secretly goblins.
While Alex is fishing for fidget toys. Last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers went deep into Eel's End to see if they could discover any additional information on any of the investigations that they've been working on in the city, trying to figure out what's going on with the blood veil disease that is plaguing the townsfolk, as well as the case of the missing ocarinist, and I guess the case of poor Spider's death.
Poor DeVargo.
But yeah, investigating DeVargo's ship, you did in fact find his notes. He was a collector of information and thus had quite a lot of it. A lot of it irrelevant to whatever you guys are doing, but you did manage to collect all of that. As well as it did seem that he was looking into a lot of the recent newcomers in town, particularly the doctors that have been operating under the Queen's orders, the Queen's physicians, as they are known. It seems as if DeVargo was not really able to verify most of their origin stories. That they claimed to be from various places, but he couldn't. None of his contacts anywhere in the region were really able to verify that those people are who they say they are. With that information in hand and a silver coin and some suspicion, you made your way back to the Script and Scrimshaw. You did a little divination, reading the object of the silver coin to see if that had anything to do with DeVargo's death, and you witnessed him obtaining the coin in a big bag of silver coins from someone who works for the Cerulean Society, which is the Thieves Guild, the legal Thieves Guild of Corvosa. With that, you, I guess, maybe developed more suspicions, or confirmed existing suspicions. I'm not sure. I won't speak for you. I will just speak to you. I guess from there, you decided to investigate the only nearby avenue of interest, which is this hospice of the Blessed Maiden. You first learned of the existence of some warehouse turned hospice from an anonymous letter that you received yesterday, and now oh wait, or is this the same day? No, it was yesterday. I think so. Oh, right. It was late last night because the whole thing with DeVargo was overnight. Yes, in the morning you decide to go out and try to look for this hospice and wherever it might be. Asking around, you do find out about it, and it happens to be located across the street from the Gilded Knight, which is just down the road from the Script and Scrimshaw, so not very far at all. And it seems to be an old warehouse that has been converted into a temporary hospice by the Queen's physicians. And where we last left you were on your way to case the joint. You just decided to kind of walk past, and in the process of walking past, Tully, dressed as Mayhem, you noticed that one of the Grey Maidens standing outside removed her helmet for a bit to while talking, and it revealed herself to be your wife, your estranged wife, Maeve. And from there, you hurried your walk and continued to the Gilded Knight. So that is where we are going to pick up. You made your way to the Gilded Knight. Are you guys going inside, or are you just hanging out outside? What's the deal?
Someone have something they wanted to buy?
I was just gonna say, if we...
I was on my way to get some runes applied to some armor and
Alright.
weapons as the excuse / cover / actual chore I really do need to do.
And friends being friends, they tag along.
Of course.
Okay.
Important to keep you company.
You know,
So-
it's also the sort of thing that takes a while. Like, so we'll have an excuse to hang out there and wait for the runes to be applied, and watch the people go by.
All right. So you pass your way into the front door of the Gilded Knight. A little golden bell jingles as the door swings open. And you see at the counter the familiar Nia Gold, who is currently talking to a young man with kind of long black hair with like blue highlights. No, I assure you I don't really have such a thing. You might want to try with, I think I heard them say something about a girdle. Yes, here. I'll write down the address. And she scribbles something down onto a sheet of parchment, and hands it to the lad. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Nia. I don't know what I'd do without you. No problem, child. Now, be careful playing around with such magics. They're not for the faint of heart. You might find... Well, just be careful, she says as she kind of shoos him out, noticing you guys walk in. Yes, ma'am. And he kind of delightedly almost skips out the door, clutching this piece of parchment.
Suppose it's nice to see somebody happy in these days.
It is a rarity. Oh,
We
come
don't
on in,
recognize-
friends.
I don't recognize that kid from the neighborhood, do I?
Give me a society check.
Secret. Question marks.
Okay, yeah, you do know him. He doesn't, let's see. You've seen him before. It's hard to remember where exactly. You think you saw him with like an an older, like a slightly older woman once. Like, he looks familiar. You don't know who he is, but he looks familiar.
Maybe he's one of Listy's classmates or something.
Yeah, he is like maybe a little bit older than Listy, so maybe he was at school.
Same school or something, sure.
Oh, and that's when it comes to you. Filario is his name.
Filario?
And yes, he is a grade older than Lisdy. And Lisdy at one point had a crush on him.
That would explain why his face sticks in my memory. Don't really approve of the blue hair, but...
What? Don't you have blue hair?
My hair is naturally blue, thank you very much.
Oh,
It's a family trait.
see.
It's less blue and more like cool silver, I guess.
Oh, dyeing's all the fashion these days. Nia says, kind of running her hand through a gold streak that she's dyed into her hair. Or, I guess, bleached into her hair.
Phrasing. I think we're here for something Felix needs.
Indeed. Nice to see you again, Nia. I was hoping to fix up my armor and one of my weapons with some runes that I'd found during our adventures.
Oh, certainly. I can get those taken care of right away.
Well, thank you. We're happy to hang out and wait for a minute. It's good to just get out of the bar and wander the city, if only for a moment.
Oh, certainly. Browse away.
How are the shelves of the Gilded Knight looking? Like, I remember that Nia was having some sourcing trouble at the very beginning, and I can't imagine that it's gotten better.
Yeah, the stock is fairly light, especially of new things. But it is a pawn shop. There is quite a lot of used stuff here, and you can imagine why. People in a time of crisis needing as much money as they can get, selling their valuables to kind of make ends meet. Mm-hmm. So she has plenty of that.
I'll browse the curios, and while we enjoy small talk and hopefully not disrupt the other business coming into the shop.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anyone else coming by at the moment. And she like, for her part, disappears into like a back room for a while, to get the rune transfer set up.
Okay.
But then after about an hour, she'll come back out.
During I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, during that time, we'll spend the hour looking at all of the random things that people have dropped off to on consignment to be sold that are around the window looking towards the Grey Maidens. Hospice.
Sure. So yeah, you're just kind of trying to surreptitiously watch the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden. And while you are, you notice that occasionally, well, I guess if this is just over the course of an hour, you would notice that you see a elderly couple come by. One of them clearly racked with blood veil, some advanced stage. The older lady and the older man with her is kind of like helping her walk up to the entrance, and the two there were 3 Grey Maidens when you passed by them. As you're looking now, there's only 2. And the 2 Grey Maidens just, one of them gets the door for the couple. They seem to be speaking to them for a few moments. a woman comes out wearing like a black face mask. I can show you what she looks like, actually. Let's see. She's a rather severe-looking woman, I suppose. Black face mask, black boots, black gloves, and like a red tunic, and black and yellow leggings. But she seems to kind of maybe take their names or something. You're not sure unless you can read lips. In fact, you can't read lips because she's got her mouth covered.
Her secret technique.
She knows our tricks.
You could try to read her eyes. But it seems like a friendly enough interaction. They talk for a moment, and then the woman in the mask like gently helps take the older woman in, and the old man stands outside to talk with the Grey Maidens for a moment, and then he kind of walks away.
Well, those under the influence of Bloodveil seem to be allowed entry enough. But they only took the one with Bloodveil, didn't they? Do we want to consider other means of entrance for those of us who are not going in disguise?
There did seem to be a back.
There's some loading doors, I recall.
I can think of two possible solutions. One in being to sort of inquire about visitation and when, trying to figure out when you are legitimately allowed to return. And the second would be just showing up in the night.
Yeah, I'm like, are they open 24/7? Or do they kind of close down at night?
I'm also questioning whether they would have proper visitation.
Fair.
That would put a lot more people at risk, just to ease the minds of some loved ones, and I don't think these doctors are in the process of worrying about that so much.
Well, it does raise the question, do we want to even bother with the illusion or just show up at night?
If we're showing up at night, I think we want to go in eyes open and not worrying about being in disguise.
Indeed.
Are you okay with that, Regan?
Oh, yes. It's probably the preferred method instead of in the open trying, like during the day, you're trying to break into the back of a place.
The streets are relatively empty, though.
That's true.
Not saying you're not wrong. In fact, that's still pretty
Actually,
obvious for anybody looking, but there just hopefully won't be as many people at all.
As you say that, someone comes by, is like rolling a cart of dead bodies down the street toward the Grey District.
there they go.
There's today's crowd.
Also, if it's at night, I don't think any of us can see in the dark. So we'd have a bright light on top of us.
I have some dark vision elixirs, but
we're in the place to get dark vision elixirs.
Yeah, does she? Let's look through her wear.
I go over to that part of the shelf.
Well, I was going to look for I was going to pick up some of these eagle eye elixirs, regardless, for entry. But yes, if she has dark vision elixirs
For educational purposes.
Yeah, do you ask her?
When she's back, I don't know.
Yeah, she disappears for about an hour while you guys are looking at stuff, and then she comes back. The rune's not done yet. She told you it would take 8 hours to finish.
Understood.
But she's like back in the main part of the shop now. Dark vision elixirs. I don't believe they're up on the shelves yet, but yes, I do have some here. And she kneels down and picks up a crate and puts them on the counter. Are you looking for higher potency or mostly have
Something that lasts
moderates?
longer, so yes, moderates would be ideal if you have any.
Yeah, it looks like there's 8 of those here. And I dumped them in.
There they are.
5, 6, 7. We'll add them slowly. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go.
Yay.
And there would be a pack of 12 lessers as well.
Okay.
They're at the top of the consumables list.
And Regan, you don't have dark vision either. You've got low light, I think.
Yeah, I have low light. I think the only one who does is Majenko has dark vision.
Suppose we could send Majenko in to try and spy, but I think that might be dangerous, so...
Creeping around. He's very small, so he might fit and be harder to see.
Should I just get all 8 of the moderate dark visions, or...?
I mean, we will if we don't use them today.
Yeah, we'll chug them.
I highly doubt any of us are going to suddenly be able to see in the dark tomorrow, so yeah, that's not a fair, fair point.
Doing some cave delving, are we?
Darkness delving of sort, yes. Unfortunately, my eyes are not great for nighttime. At least not without a little bit of light.
His stealth is a +10. He's actually quite good at stealthing.
Majenko? Because he's tiny.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, he could sneak around.
All right. Well,
Sorry, I'm
yes,
just
I'll
spilling
buy
water on my book.
all of the moderate dark vision elixirs. And I have 4 of the lessers already, so I'm just going to hold on to those and not pick up any more. But if you all want to, you're welcome to.
I'm actually gonna purchase a scroll or 2.
All right.
Can't help myself. I love magic.
Every time Regan comes into the shop, there's something else for her to learn.
Woohoo!
Where did you leave the extras? I'm sorry.
I've grabbed all of the moderates. I'm going to put some in the stash.
Thank you.
That way people can grab them.
Part of stash.
I will put...
Purchase. One.
No, Windows is trying to get me to restart. No, stop it.
Rude.
Even if you say no, it's gonna try and do it at some weird point.
At least tries to warn you. It's like, we'll do it during a time when you're not usually on. So 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe?
I was
And then it
like,
just
oh,
doesn't
1
have pause.
p.m. It's like, all right, I was working on something, but I guess I'll do that hour of work again.
Oh,
Thanks,
yuck.
Bill Gates or whatever.
Thank you, Bill Gates.
I don't think he's in charge anymore.
Well,
This is Sundar
thanks
Pichai,
anyway.
right? Or is
They
that
were
Google?
blaming Obama for years after he was out of office. I think we can get away with blaming Gates.
I'm
True.
gonna send him a stern letter.
Just a certain letter. Your company that you no longer work at disappoints me.
Okay. So you guys do a little bit more picking at her wares during that time. You can continue monitoring the hospice if you want. Up to you. I've just given you what you notice in like an hour of casing it, but if you want to case for a longer period of time.
I do have a question of, I don't know what this wand is, and I couldn't figure it out. Could she figure it out?
Yeah, let me take a look. And let's see.
Ocean
This is
wand.
the entwined seaweed wand. Why did they add search to the inventory? That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Is that new?
I just now that you mention it.
I
Right
didn't. I've
past
never
it.
seen it.
What?
I think it must be very new. I just updated the boundary instance today, so maybe.
Okay.
All right, the seaweed wand. Oh yeah, she's able to figure it out. It's a bit strange of a design, but I do believe that is a wand of soothe.
Oh, that is a
How
weird
do I-
design.
Let me mark this. I hate the new identification UI.
Yeah, the question mark I think is the one that makes it visible.
Okay. I think that made it visible.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, rank 4. Jeez.
Oh, that's really good then.
Yeah, you picked this up off of the Sea Witch.
Well, she sure didn't need it anymore. Soothe is
It is an occult spell, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, Felix. Gift for you.
I'm sorry. What?
There's a. I don't think I can cast the Soothe Wand, but you sure can.
Oh gosh. I didn't realize. I figured you would just add it to the great pile.
I can actually try and cast. I do have Trick Magic item.
No, but I do have Soothe. I know I can cast this.
But you have Soothe rank 4. You could.
No, I do not.
With this wand that I could give to you if I knew how.
You get to use the trade UI. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
How do
20
you even start using the trade?
Just
Just
drop it onto
drag
his
it.
Okay, there's
Yeah,
Felix.
drag it on down.
Come here. Ooh, oh, there you
It
go.
just went. It just giveth.
Oh my
a little spider
gosh.
wanted to spectate.
Yeah, enjoy your soothe.
Well, thank you.
So I can do the request trade button instead if I wanted.
That's the one that I know how to use. I haven't done this other magic.
Yeah, the giveth way is to just drag the item onto the person's token. I should just pass it to him. Okay, anything else here, or
Oh, I'm just looking through the scrolls. Don't mind me.
just shopping? Regan's fixated on the scrolls. What about the other two of you?
Mayhem is casing the joint, but is also looking through his supplies to see what he has to work with. 'Cause
Okay.
he has a number of weird things that might be useful, but just got to see what we might need.
How long do you guys want to stay here and continue casing for?
I don't think the whole day. I feel like that is a bit of a
No.
waste unless
Even
I have any reason to believe something happens. But
I would say no more than another hour, maybe, at max, maybe. Like, I would be, I guess, sort of browsing through. I don't even know, rings and other like trinkets, because I can't think of anything that I am actually in need of at the moment.
Okay.
I
Which
am
rune
literally
were you
upgrading.
actually applying? I actually forgot to ask.
I have an armor potency rune that is going on to my leather armor to make it a +1 armor.
Okay, and was that just on a runestone, or was it off of another item?
It's a runestone that I have sitting in my inventory and have for weeks at this point.
Okay, so that's
to
free.
the point that I do not recall where the hell it came from.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't on an item already, then it's free.
Yeah, both of these are freestanding things.
Okay.
I was unclear if the weapon potency.
Oh,
rune...
yes. I think the runes you got from the rats. The were-rats had some runes lying in in their hoard of
Oh yeah.
gear that they were going to use to make war.
yes,
Eee.
and we stole it. No more war for them.
Yes.
But yeah, for the weapon rune, can I apply it to the longsword that I already have to make it a +2, or is it full up?
It's so there is a +2 weapon rune that is just like you swap it on.
Okay.
You can't add them. Yeah.
Then I'll put it on the bladed scarf instead.
Okay.
Now it's
They
an
didn't
extra
change the-
deadly fashion accessory.
So I'm just checking a rule. Yeah, I think it's still a day. Yeah, it takes 1 day to transfer. Okay. Yeah, so it'll still take her, currently 7 hours. You guys are spending about like 1 more hour here.
Mhm.
Okay, so in that next hour, Give me a D20 Mayhem.
Oh, okay. 1d20. 9.
Nice.
It's a
Okay.
number.
It is a number.
While you guys continue watching, or occasionally sneaking glances from the window of the Gilded Knight, you notice Mayhem. Two people, maybe like an adult woman, maybe in her 30s or 40s, and a young child, maybe like 6 or 7. Both Varisian, like they're wearing Varisian garb, kind of loose flowing robes and scarves and stuff. They walk up to the hospice, and the woman says something to the one of the Grey Maidens, and the Grey Maiden like kneels down to talk to the little girl, and then the adult woman opens the door and goes inside. And for a little bit, the little girl is like playing with the Grey Maiden by the door. And maybe about 15 minutes later, the older woman comes out, seems to thank the two Grey Maidens, and leaves with the girl.
I'm mistaken. They are, for whatever reason, letting people in that aren't required to stay.
And sorry, I didn't advance time like I should have. And about like 15 minutes or so after that, the two Grey Maidens are like talking to each other, and one of them leaves, leaving one at the door. By leaves, I mean like she walks like up the street.
Like her shift ended or something.
Yeah, seems like it.
If we want to try, now is the time. We can otherwise wait till tonight.
Maybe we try now if you want to.
I'm asking you. It's
He's like very
What?
distracted. She's putting like money, putting items. She's like, yeah, we can do whatever.
Scroll.
This scroll potion.
This is me at a board game shop. The
It's
staff
like-
is like, "Do you want me to hold those things for you?"
I got it.
Coin
It's
and
all falling over.
I'm there for
Really,
like 5 hours.
It's more for Felix whether he's comfortable, because if for some reason we're not able to get in, then he's in it by himself.
I mean, the illusion will eventually fade, and then I miraculously get better and hopefully leave. So the question is, Regan, are you prepared to go cast this particular illusion?
what illusion am I casting? I don't think I have the spell to
Blood
do
veil.
that.
We're making it look like Felix has blood veil.
And if
Did I say I had an illusion spell like that? Because I do not. I think there was an assumption made about spells that I know.
then maybe we can't do this plan at all, because the original plan was to have you replicate that illusion magic that you inspected on me, so that it looked like I had blood veil.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything even close to that.
Yeah, that is a spell that Regan does not know of, and has not
Unless you-
researched yet.
Then I think that firmly discounts the infiltration.
You've gone mute.
Sorry,
somehow.
yeah, unless we
Oh.
have another idea. Press the button.
As an aside, there is also non-magical disguise. You do have disguise kits.
I thought we were gonna, like,
about that.
Paint
That's-
stuff on them.
I think that's a fine backup plan. The other option I was considering, though, is there's currently only one Grey Maiden.
and someone can get flirty with her as we walk past.
That was not at all my thought process. Sure, that could
Okay.
absolutely be a thing if you would like to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Regan,
love
you're-
the different routes that exist in people's brains.
Mhm.
There's only one we have to kind of like. It doesn't seem like it would be hard with like even minor disguise to be like, this person's sick, and it's just like, okay, go on in. Also make it really weird.
All right.
I admit
Let's
that
do
I had
this, try.
forgotten the more traditional route. Like I have a disguise kit.
I have a disguise kit as well, so between
Let-
the two of us,
Yeah, let's take the route that we should have taken before I made it unnecessarily complicated.
I actually have an elite disguise kit. So unless yours is also elite, I think we'll use mine.
Wow.
It is slightly fancier.
I have this wand of illusory disguise, but I probably can't use it.
So if I remember
Oh, you can.
correctly, the wand of illusory disguise was going to go to Regan so that Regan could cast the spell to make it look like you had the blood veil.
But I can't. Yeah. Oh, I can cast. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought we had established that last time.
Okay.
I think you
Then, like,
you
I
both
know
can
how to
use
do it.
illusory disguise. It's on the arcane list and the occult list, so it's
Okay.
valid for both of you to cast it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just naturally do not have a spell to like make
Sure,
somebody look
yeah.
that way.
You
Nor
don't
do I
just
have it
a
in my
blood veil
inventory.
spell? Come on, Regan.
I know. Now I feel stupid.
We are all awesome at playing game.
We got this.
Illusion
Okay.
magic.
So I think the idea was that I would set you all up with the basic, like doing some basic stuff, and then we'd use the illusion to enhance it to make it really look like it was properly blood veil. But we can use makeup to make you look pale and sickly and that sort of thing.
I like this plan. We have workshopped this into a plan.
That was the plan the whole time. I am
It
sure.
was. We just forgot. In a week.
Yeah.
That was last week, us. I don't know those people.
Cool. All right, what are you doing?
We're disguising Felix.
It's been a couple hours. The rune will not be ready for until later in the day. I don't know if you're waiting on that rune or not for those
Do you
two
have
runes.
other armor?
That is the armor.
We may need to pick something up temporarily, because otherwise you will be just going in your shirt and...
Didn't you have that other disguise we had? The.
We have some random clothes from the times we've played dress up, but
Yeah.
I
I
have a
don't.
+1 chainmail. What?
When did you get that?
You're
I
just
don't know.
sitting on
It's in
that.
it's in my spacious pouch. I have a +1
Oh, that's
chainmail and a +1 longsword. Probably picked up off of somebody that we had to deal with.
It's really easy to forget when it's in the pouch.
I don't look in the pouch very often. I was just digging through to find what other supplies that we might be able to make use of. I've got this demolition fulu, which could probably take out a wall. Or door, if we needed to go in through the back door somehow.
I mean, that may be your route of entrance to this building once I go in the front door.
Well, in the meantime, Mayhem will pull out the +1 chainmail and give
Yeah.
it to Felix. I don't know if
I
you can use that because I don't know what your armor levels are, but
how do I determine that?
What is chainmail proficiency?
proficiencies. I think it's medium.
It's medium.
I believe so. Yes, it is.
I only have a light armor trained to
Okay. So
proficiency.
Yeah, so the chainmail won't help.
okay. Well, then never mind. You can give it back.
It's okay.
Or maybe
I'll pick up
this-
a. I don't know. I am very quickly shopping right now.
They've got padded armor, quilted lamellar. That's medium. Never mind. Scroll robes. Those
An
are fun.
armored coat.
Regan, do you have scroll robes?
That's a great question.
I
don't
mean,
know
it's
if this
fashionable
runs
and it's
hard
armor.
control. I don't think they are. I have some scroll robes in my dorm,
Okay.
not on my body.
That's always useful for having a free scroll, I think.
I think the
Yeah, I
armored
got
coat feels like what Felix would buy.
It
This,
seems like your vibe, yes.
yeah.
so fancy.
Indeed. So yeah, I will pick that up and have something to wear for the evening. While my leather armor is in the shop.
You want to sell the chainmail, the +1 chainmail?
Sure, I can cover it.
Well, either that or we can hold on to it and transfer it to Regan's robes at some point, the +1, but up to you all.
Regan, do you care if I sell this?
Don't I have a +1?
You might.
I have a +1.
Then
Yes,
think?
you have a +1.
Yeah, I think I'm
Eat.
good.
Then yeah, I will drag this onto the Gilded Knight and hope that Foundry does the right thing.
Maybe.
Doesn't have like a weird sell price.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, it says it sold it.
Oh,
You
hey,
did it.
Sweet.
Yay.
congratulations, me. And yeah.
And she has a +1 chainmail in stock now, so you can buy it back.
For twice the price.
Totally.
Right,
And
we'll
yeah,
profit on that too.
I will put my leather armor into some temporary holding zone.
You should be able to just mark it as like dropped instead of worn. And
Done.
I think that takes the bulk out. Maybe.
I'm not over encumbered, and if I
Okay.
am, I'll play shenanigans until I'm not.
We'll make it work. It'll be fine.
Cool.
All right.
We have solved this problem. I think at this point we can bid Nia farewell and go.
Wait, I do. One more thing that I don't quite know what it is. I just realized because it didn't have a question mark. The spider leg ring. I'm like decently sure I know what this is, but I missed that opportunity. So does Nia know what the spider leg ring is?
The spider leg ring. Let's see.
Is this the one, the one that I hit my head with?
Yes, you tried to use it before and you jumped really high. Let's see. Yeah, is she able to figure that one out? She has to actually roll for this one. One sec.
Ooh.
Okay, yep. The jumping spider ring is a jumping spider ring.
Wee.
I can put it in the chat for you, but it looks like two little intertwining spider legs, and makes you feel lighter and while you're on your feet. While it's worn, you get a +5 item bonus to your speed and a +2 item bonus to athletics checks to high jump and long jump. And anytime you leap, including as part of high jump or long jump, you move 5 feet further if you're jumping horizontally, or 3 feet higher if you're jumping vertically.
That's solid.
Does anyone want that? I don't feel like I will be doing much jumping or... I mean, I'll run.
I was going to say the item speed bonuses, or the foot bonus is good on its own.
Yeah. Well, at
Nothing else.
least I'll have a 2 in athletics for jumping.
I mean, I'll take it if you don't want it, but it seems like, if nothing else, that bonus speed would be good for the casters to move a little further if need be.
I was thinking for you to move faster towards smacking something.
I'm happy to take it for that reason, too.
I will give it to you. Because I think you'll use it the most.
Okay, you pass Mayhem the ring.
Jump into danger.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah. Just put that
Right,
ring
I
on.
think that's the final thing I need to do so
Oh,
we can just
and
plan now.
I think it's configured properly, so it should increase your speed.
Let me take a look. It did. Fabulous.
good.
Yep. My half plate slows me down a little bit, but the spider ring brings back up. Sweet. All right, Felix. Miss Nia, do you mind if I do some small makeup work here? It'll just take 10 minutes.
Oh,
We can do it outside
no
if
problem.
others-
You can use the restrooms right over there if you'd like.
Oh, even better. All right, come with me, Felix. We're going to the together.
Ah, together.
Okay. I figured
Men
we'd
love
go back
to
to
use the bathroom together.
You make your way over to the bathroom, open the door, and inside is this like white tile floor. There's like a large like vanity bench with like a massive mirror, a nice like sink, and yeah, a single toilet stall.
Plenty of room to work with.
It's quite
and-
spacious.
Yes, perfect. Then we'll get to work. I think impersonate or create a disguise. Is it in create a disguise or impersonate?
I guess it's it's impersonate.
Maybe it's something
disguise.
else?
What do we got? Disguise kit. Relevant checks. Cool. Yeah, in order to set up a disguise to impersonate, yes.
Okay, so it is impersonate using the deception skill.
Yep.
You're impersonating a sick person. So I imagine that should be secret.
Yes, it'll be a secret deception check, which I will then find where I put my paper and write down.
I don't know if anybody feels like aiding me. If not, I should be okay. I've got a plus 14.
I am happy to aid in
So-
that I will not move too much while you're doing this.
What is the aid?
Yeah, what is a sitting still check?
I mean, aid would also be deception. Like you can
Okay.
assist in like pointing out like aspects of the disguise. You both have the mirror to look at.
Yeah. We're both kind of
Um,
working together to make sure that we've got you looking properly gaunt and sick and wan.
It could also be medicine. I would allow medicine as the aid instead if you wanted to. If you're actually, if you're specifically trying to make someone look like a victim of Blood Veil, then I think I would require it to be medicine as
Well,
the aid.
Can I
Felix isn't
oversee
feeling
it?
up to it. Can I borrow Regan?
Yeah, there went my help with the deception check.
Kicks through the door.
Goodbye.
Like,
Felix, it's going
I
to take a
wanna
few minutes.
see.
We'll get this right, though. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you like lean out of the door and like motion for for Reagan to come.
We're just all going to go hang out in the bathroom together. Come on.
hey there. Let's. Ooh.
All right.
That's
Medicine check to
21.
aid. The 21 is a success, so you get a +1 to the deception check. And
That's-
make that blind. You can spend hero points if you want. Also, I forgot to give people hero points.
I will spend a
You
hero
should have
point on that.
Okay. And I'll just give you the higher of whatever you roll here.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell
Make
it
it
to reroll and keep the
disgusting.
higher and see what happens.
Okay. And this is for Felix.
Yes. We are
Felix
working on the base
disguise.
disguise, which we will enhance with the illusion magic to make
And is like out of it.
super bloody Faily.
Well, it'll have to do. Where'd all my pens go? I had a bunch of pens in here. Okay. It is this number, which I will try not to say out loud.
This number.
75 is a
Is-
great roll for me, so.
Is
200.
anyone else being disguised?
I just have the clandestine cloak.
Which I think allows you to
Can I
avoid
put it
notice,
on?
which is good.
Yeah, you just become a background character.
If
You will be a background character wearing a Plague Doctor mask, but a background character nonetheless.
Should I
I'm-
not be wearing the mask?
maybe wait, if you
Who
wore the
isn't?
mask and for some reason Mayhem was refused entry, you might still be able to get in because they may just mistake you for a doctor or somebody who works there. One of their doctors, all their doctors wear plague masks, don't they?
The
I mean, it's
Queen's
possible.
Doctors do. I'm just a weird version of the Queen's.
But you can also,
Doctors.
if you want to go without the mask, either way, if you can get in by just kind of being unnoticed and helping Felix inside, and I can't for some reason, that would be better than if both of us got stuck outside. So,
I'm gonna keep the mask on. I think. I don't know. It doesn't feel that weird. It's like if you're going into a
No,
place.
no,
with
I'm-
people.
Uh, I'm not saying it's terribly weird.
Oh, okay.
I'm just pointing out
okay.
that it's a somewhat unique thing that you're wearing. In case you were like going to try to disguise yourself as a victim of Blood Veil, you'd probably want to take the mask off.
Oh yeah. I wasn't disguising myself. as
No, I
that.
think Felix is
Okay.
our only victim right now. Mayhem's going to be wearing a face mask, which he's mostly been wearing anyway, just in case. But
Is he
we'll have
wearing
his
the same
officer.
style of mask that he normally wears? He's currently got on like the kind of skull cap.
He's actually got a proper face mask, like an actual
Okay.
covering the mouth face mask. He picked it up for when people got sick, so
Okay.
it's a defensive thing, and it seems to work for hiding his identity sometimes. So
Is he still wearing? Is he still wearing his like mayhem hood?
right now he is.
Okay.
I think he's going to stay in uniform.
Okay.
In the Mayhem outfit, I should say. So,
Yes. All right.
shall we? Well, I
Yes.
suppose an illusion needs to be cast first.
Oh, yeah, which can be cast by either caster.
All right. Who's the illusion going on?
This
Either-
is all going on me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we're enhancing Felix's the makeup with the disguise kit with an actual illusion that gives that kind of blood veil proper look.
Ah. Okay.
So we're gonna double layer this to try and make it as convincing as possible. We'll see.
What's that spell called again?
Boop.
Illusory disguise.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. It basically grants a +4. Okay. And that lasts for 1 hour.
Perfect. I mean, not perfect. We still have to get inside and do whatever, and then Felix makes a miraculous recovery, and we somehow leave. We don't have an exit strategy.
Let's walk out.
If we can have an aside to talk this through for a second, we should probably.
Just a quick moment.
What are once I'm in? What is my goal?
We are locating whether they have anybody here that we, or if there's anything here that we can find to tie the doctors to any of the mess that's going on right now.
So presumably, I
Feel
want
to-
to gain access to that secret basement.
That's my hope, is we can find the secret basement. Did I pass around Eagle Eye elixirs? Hang on.
I took some from the.
No, not Dark Vision, Eagle Eye.
Oh, that's different.
Yes. And Mayhem passes 2 of those that he
thank
bought.
you.
Good for checking for traps and secret doors, in case they are hiding the entrance to this basement.
And how long do those last?
Only 10 minutes, so
Okay.
we're going to chug these and leave.
So my general plan is to get admitted, to wait for an opportune moment to stop being attended to so closely, and wander around looking for a basement.
Yes. It is
Cool, cool, cool,
possible,
Or anything weird.
or anything weird. We're looking for information. Again, anything that ties them to this alt mess. Or if we can exonerate them, I suppose, but I highly doubt that they're innocent in all this.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't have a way out. I think we're going to end up fighting our way out.
Yeah,
I hope
and
we don't
like,
fight all
I
the
mean,
sick
They
people.
might just let us leave. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying.
imagine like unless we do something really, which we might do something that they don't like. But if we don't, I can't imagine we couldn't just walk out.
I hope so.
So you are talking about bringing a patient in and getting them admitted and then trying to take them out.
Yes.
Well, he would make a miraculous recovery when the spell wears off in an hour.
I still have this base layer of makeup.
He'll still look
Do you-
sickly, but you
Do you
won't have.
think that they would allow someone who has made a miraculous recovery from the disease that they're trying to cure to just walk out?
That's why I was saying we might have to fight our way
Yes.
out, because I don't think they're going to let us leave. But we'll see.
When I go into the ER with tummy trouble and it turns out to be gas, and I go, wow, it sure was gas. They let me-
You just
I
pop
understand
off,
what you're saying.
then you just walk right to the hospital. I'm cured.
Yeah, oh, I feel really good now. Now, I suppose that would be unusual.
I think it more likely that I am being admitted for a period of time, and my departure will be predicated on y'all coming to get me, be it through the front door, the back door, or just Kool-Aid Man through the wall.
Ooh.
If we can all get inside, we can go from there. If we can't all get inside, then we're going to have to find a different way in. Or whoever can't get inside will have to find a new way in. And I don't know. I think this is going to be messy.
How were you
That's-
able to do invisibility last time? Was that like a spell, or did you have a scroll?
So I actually have two routes to invisibility. I lended you my one of the cloaks that I have. The other one just makes me invisible.
Okay.
And I can cast invisibility on myself.
You have that with you.
Yes.
That could be
Okay,
your way out.
that's good.
So like if I need to just if I don't presume that this is going to be problem free, but
Mhm.
it is certainly a tool.
We have options.
So if we get separated and I need to escape myself, I can make a decent attempt at it.
I just figured maybe if you were in there overnight and you wanted to get out, you might be able to do it invisibly.
And in fact may be the more workable plan in terms of getting to be unattended for a minute and wander the place looking for a secret basement.
That would be the better way to do
What
it
about
without being
this
seen.
Is this a cult? Nope, sorry. I can't use pest form. They do have a wand of that.
To me, that plan sounds more reasonable in terms of things that are less likely to immediately cause the guard to come down on this place like a ton of bricks.
I'm not worried about the guard. I'm worried about the Grey Maidens.
The Grey Maidens to come down on this place like a ton of bricks.
Fair.
I guess a question about your disguise. Do you still look like Felix? Or have you changed that look at all? Or is it just the blood veil part of this?
Like, I imagine I look like a much more sickly and pale version of myself. I don't have my traditional coat on. I have this brand new coat that I have just acquired. To a person who knows me by my reputation, it probably would not connect.
But if they know you personally, that might be a problem. Well, I think we've got enough of a plan to go off of, and then we're going to have to go on the fly if need be, but
Yeah.
we can get Felix inside. Felix can go invisible at some point, go scouting, and in the meantime, we're here to make sure he's safe and get him out if need be.
Yeah, we'll break you out.
At some point, you will regain entrance, be it asking nicely or finding a way in.
How will we know he's in trouble?
Um,
If he gets in trouble and we can't see him.
did we do this? Ask this question already in messages line of sight only?
It's line of sight-ish. Like, you can try it. But I think rules is written it's line of sight, but I will allow you to try it if you know where they are. And it would just be a flat check as if they were hidden.
I think the message is when you first cast it, it doesn't have to be like line of sight, but on the for them to respond, they have to be able to see you and be within range. So I don't know if the sight thing is only one way or if it's both.
So the way spells work when they target a creature, you need line of sight by default.
Okay, so just by default.
And so, yeah, by default. So if it doesn't specify, which it doesn't, then you technically need to be able to see the creature that you're targeting. But I have a slight workaround for it. I allow, if you kind of know vaguely where somebody's supposed to be, then you can message in that direction. It's a flat check, DC 11, if you pass, then they get the message. If they don't, then you miss the message.
Does it ever go into somebody else?
His ears.
You know
Yeah,
what? Maybe if you crit fail and there's someone nearby, then sure.
What
Because
the-
that's funny.
Some poor bystander.
It's like, help, I'm trapped. It's like,
help me.
oh, okay.
The street's haunted. The other option, though I believe this was not great or viable, is Zalara still kind of disconnected?
If you try to speak to Zalara, yeah, she's not responding at the moment.
Okay, so
Oh. I'm just looking through
So?
my scrolls to see if anything.
You have a scroll of walkie-talkie?
No, I had a scroll of thoughtful gift, but I think it's only 120 feet. You can teleport an object of negligible bulk to somebody.
are you negligible bulk, Felix? Because I don't think so.
I
Well,
could
no, I
teleport
was
a
thinking if you
coin or something.
needed something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, or need to get something out. Like a message would, like a written message would be negligible bulk, and this goes right to the person. But it's a short range at level 1.
Yeah. Don't know about that. I think I don't have any good ways to communicate. So usually just a lot of shouting.
I guess we can say we're going here and we'll be here for a while, send a message there, and it will probably get there.
Well, and to ask a critical question, do we really need the message? Just come back this evening, please.
I guess the question is more, do you want us to really wait until the evening?
Yeah, this is like an
We're off in an
emergency.
hour.
Come back this evening in case of emergency. Stay somewhere I know so I can make this message attempt. And if you hear explosions in the distance, that's also a signal.
Oh god.
Do you have explosions?
Blasting stone moderate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those are pretty loud.
Let me see here. So that's more of a sound thing, though, isn't it? Does deal some sonic damage.
I mean, you probably don't want to explode. If there's sick people in here, I don't think we want to explode the hospice.
I am not saying that this is not plan A, nor is it plan B or C. But somewhere down the alphabet, I'm throwing blasting stones around this place.
It's either me or the 20 of you. Like, I'm out of
All
here.
dying of blood veil anyway? I mean, we're just making it faster, right?
I am. Forgive me if my presumption of that what we're gonna find inside the hospice of the Blessed Maiden is a hospice. I'm gonna be put into a bed, and like occasionally someone's gonna come around to make sure that if I'm dead, that my body gets carted off correctly.
It is a hospital.
So we could put this on the door, set it for a particular time, and that would be a good signal for when we need to leave or you need to leave, is when it goes off and the back door opens.
When he says this, he's referring to a demolition fulu, which you
Yes.
can set. I didn't realize you could set a timer on it. 5 minutes to 8 hours, as you determine.
Now, it is visible. It's not like it's super secret. It's a pretty basic perception check to see it. But if you set it for 5 minutes and nobody happens to notice, then it goes off.
Yeah, it's like a
Or,
spell tag, little rectangle piece of paper.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
I picked it up the last time or the time before that when we were here at the shop because I knew it was going to be very useful. I mean, it has a lot of useful things.
I swear there's a spell that lets you, like, do a tracer reverse. But I don't know.
Oh,
if it's like...
rewind. Rewinding step.
Yeah, is that?
It's
don't
a
know.
5th level spell, 5th rank spell.
Ugh,
Oof.
okay. Is it calm?
What do you think, Felix?
Yes, it is a common spell. It lets you, at 5th rank. It takes a minute to cast and lasts for 10 minutes. But within that time, you can just like use an action, I think, to just warp back to whatever anchor spot you chose. So yeah, you get to tracer recall up to 10 minutes in time.
You can just keep doing it over and over again.
No, I
but
think
it
once
takes
you
10 minutes to.
I think once you do it, it ends.
Oh, the spell does end after you use it. That's
Yeah,
too
you can only do it one time.
Okay.
Ah,
It's only 10 minutes, so it's not that effective for what we need it. Even if we could
I
find
think-
it.
if we were,
I think during the Karzug battle, I did use it, but he didn't get a chance to warp anywhere. Sorry, at the end of
Good.
Rise of the Runelords. Spoilers.
Curved.
see,
Okay. Well,
so if I set this Fulu for 4 hours, Felix, does that good? Or would you rather you set it?
What would you set it onto?
The one of the back doors.
Okay. 4 hours. What is sundown? 4 hours is 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's getting close to 2 p.m. now.
It might be
sundown this early in the year. Yeah, it's probably around 6. Yeah.
You might set it for 5 hours just to make sure we get good and dark. But yeah,
Okay.
it's a directionally
I mean-
good idea.
It's entirely up to how long you're comfortable staying in there. Because that
Um,
might be how long you have to stay in there.
Again, like there's other ways to open a door. I have everything from the blasting stones to a thieves' kit.
Fair enough. All right. I think Mayhem's going to go ahead and take off right now and set the Fulu. So, I don't know if a deception check would be best to just look casual as he's walking by, or stealth as he tries to sneak over.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll say roughly 2 p.m. is when you guys exit the shop. Nia makes some comment. Well, have fun with your cave delving. She says, kind of curiously, as she looks at hunched over Felix.
We'll let you know if we find anything interesting.
Do, especially if there's anything worth selling.
Of course.
I feel like Nia's not a snitch, but she's pretty. She's been pretty cool about.
Yeah,
She's been around.
Nia's been cool and like we're friends. We go way back.
She is of the neighborhood. She gets this. We're weird.
All right.
Oh my god.
So, Mayhem, you're going to start with sneaking around the back side of the building
Yes.
in order to set this Fulu.
Against one of the, I believe there were multiple garage door like things for.
Yeah, here,
treatments?
I'll switch to the map. So if Mayhem's going ahead first, then you guys aren't here yet, but Mayhem, you are. As you're walking, you can be walking like on the far side of the street.
Mhm.
You can see that there's currently one gray maiden here at the front door. A woman who's clearly injured, or who's clearly got blood veil, and a larger guy who's like helping her walk, and they're talking to the person at the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna try to sneak your way over to the back side of the building. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yeah. Not the greatest. but not the worst. We'll find out if it's any good. Question marks.
Okay. A stealth check was rolled. You're on the opposite side of the street, but then kind of very quickly cross over when you think no one's looking, and slip past around this kind of dilapidated cart. And yeah, you see that there are 3 large loading doors back here. All 3 of them have, they're all barred. They have basically like one big piece of lumber that's just kind of like nailed into each of them as like a big crossbeam.
Okay.
And they open outward into the street. Or alley, rather.
On this closer one, well, first, can I take a look-see to see if any of these doors are in worse condition? Or if they're all about the same?
They're all about the same.
Okay. Then we'll just take the nearest one.
Okay, the one closest to the road.
Yeah, the one on the west side here, as we're looking at the map.
Okay.
If there's room between the bar and the door itself, I'd like to set the Fulu in between. If not, we'll just set it against the door itself, just above where the crossbeam is. If I'm understanding correctly, that's horizontal.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to squeeze it in without like tearing the Fulu, but yeah, you want to set it on top of. Sorry, you said you want to set it on top of the crossbeam.
On the actual door, but just above where the crossbeam is, so that it's going to kind of hit both of them, but mostly the door is what I'm going after.
Sure. All right. And what time are you choosing?
It will go off in 5 hours.
5 hours. Okay. So it's 2 right now.
7
p.m. Fulu. Boom. Okay. You've set a time limit for yourself.
Alright, timer's running.
Was the plan to have them go in while you're doing that, or are you going in with them?
I went to go set this now, because I wanted to make sure we were getting things moving.
I guess this wasn't pre-established, so Felix, Regan, what are you guys doing? Are you waiting for him to get back, or?
So I realized earlier that I didn't know what a hospice meant, and I was confusing it with a hospital, and that's why I thought we'd just walk out. And now I realized it would be very weird for someone who was almost dead to walk out. So I just want to correct that I wasn't too much of a dumbass earlier. I just the wording.
It's all fine.
While it is not unheard of, it is definitely the rare of the cases.
Yeah, I was sitting here like, you can go into the hospital and walk out. Like, who cares? They can't keep you there. Not realizing it's a different word completely. So
Yeah.
Yes, a hospice is very slightly different.
it's like you're about to die, and they're making you comfortable. So
100%.
I take back what I said earlier.
Considering that it's someone with a supposedly deadly disease, they might not want you to go out into the public.
Yeah. Oh,
Although
too.
we did observe a visitation, so
We did.
Yes. All right. So, Felix,
Yeah.
Regan, what are you doing while he's doing that?
my kind becloaked friend with a plague mask
Hello.
will help me to the door with the singular gray maid, and get in line behind the other 2 people.
All right, come along, my sick friend. Also, I'm super bad at deception, so good luck to us.
All right. So while you guys are making your way over, the Grey Maiden opens the door and the lady walks through. And the big guy turns and walks away.
So is the plan for me to go in with you, or are you going in by yourself?
I presume that I'm going in alone, but if you can talk your way into helping me to my bed, that would give you an opportunity to poke around on the inside as well.
Yeah, I will help you to your bed. I don't feel like I have to be that deceptive. Be like, let me help my friend to his bed. But maybe.
But they may have rules about this. I don't know.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
will take the encounter as it goes.
You guys are like whispering to each other as you approach. And yeah, as you approach, the Grey Maiden is standing there in her full plate armor, massive steel shield, and longsword at the ready. She stares at you with a kind of faceless mask. Or the helmet is like doesn't really have like a defined face; it just has two eye slits.
It's hard to tell where she's looking.
Yes. Ho there, state your business. You approach
Oh
the
my.
hospice of the Blessed Maiden.
Oh fuck, am I gonna have to talk? You should act sick. Oh, my friend is sick. I heard this was a good place to take the sick.
Yes, the Queen's physicians are operating here. If your friend is nearing his end, then it is best that he be admitted.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Is there any paperwork I have to fill out?
Yes, Brunhilde will help you with that.
Oh.
Do you wish to accompany him, or...
Oh yes, just one last time. I
Very
do
well,
worry
then.
about him.
She nods and steps aside and opens the door.
Come along.
I'll follow behind.
Oh, is this?
New patient for you, Miss Torthus. The maiden says as she gets back in front of the door and closes it. Inside, you see a kind of small waiting room with two desks and that lady you saw before with the black mask sitting at one of the desks. She's quite built, which is exciting for a receptionist.
Is it not
But-
a traditional healthcare worker?
No, not really. But it takes all sorts in this world.
She's
Big
very
universe.
healthy, in fact.
Yes.
The ideal healthcare worker.
I see. Name and occupation? She just kind of bluntly says to you.
Me or him?
The sick one.
Philip
Are you sick as well?
Farnsworth.
No, I am not ill. What is your name?
Philip Farnsworth.
Philip Farnsworth. She like grabs a sheet of parchment and is like scribbling down your name into a spot in the form. Here, you will need to sign here and here. And she turns the page around for you to sign.
I do my best Philip Farnsworth signature. Having just made it up. What am I signing?
It is a note of admission to the doctors. Come.
Thank you.
Come along, Philip.
If you wish to follow, you may see. She says to Regan, kind of, sort of dismissively. She doesn't seem to care if you're following her.
Oh, excellent. I will.
But she opens the door behind her and leads you into another room. This
And closes the door
this will
behind.
look slightly confusing, but above you there is a catwalk. That's this transparent thing. There's like a
okay.
wooden catwalk above you, and up on the catwalk there are two Grey Maidens just kind of patrolling. They're about like 20 feet up, and they're kind of patrolling opposite sides of this catwalk. But otherwise, you enter into a large warehouse with kind of rough stone floor, like unfinished stone foundation, with a massive number of beds lining the walls, forming aisles. Most of the beds have sick people in them, who all look like they're in very advanced stages of blood veil. And there are a couple of Queen's physicians tending to some of the patients. There's one just to your left who is offering patients some water or some kind of liquid, and like pouring it down to helping them drink it down. Come, there are some beds in the back, and Brunhilde will lead you off to the west side, and then kind of up north. And she will gesture to this bed here.
Oh, thank
northwest
you.
corner. Now, if you will just wait here and rest. Are you feeling parched? Do you need anything to drink or eat?
Water would be fantastic. Thank you.
Good. I will see to it that the doctors bring you some. If you wish to stay, you may, but you may not wish to stay for long. This disease, it's contagious. She says to you, Regan, as she just kind of walks past you.
Very good to know.
And she will, on her way out, pull aside one of the physicians, kind of talk to them for a moment, and then head back to the entrance and close the door behind her.
So I'm going to use my conceal spell to send Felix a message. Just like, don't drink anything those weird doctors give you.
Thank you. I will do my best to pour water just past my mouth.
Just, I forgot how to drink.
A question. I see a door to the north. Is that at my level or at the catwalk level?
Yeah, so all the doors that you see are at your level. I
Okay.
forgot to put the illusory disguise effect on you, but there you go. Okay.
So the catwalk is really just only
Yeah, the
accessible
catwalk
by
is-
the ladder down here.
Yes, there's a couple of ladders around the room, but yeah, you can see a ladder to the far south there that seems like it leads up to the catwalk.
Okay.
What else can you see from your angle? From your angle, you can also see there's a Queen's Physician over here at a cauldron, who's doing some cooking. If it's easier to see, I can actually turn off the... Let's see if that works.
The lighting
turn
of
off
the catwalk.
The catwalk layer. So the guards that are 20 feet up, those are up on the catwalk, but they're just kind of patrolling in a circle.
Okay.
With they've got longbows, kind of at the ready.
Just keeping track. A bunch of sick people in beds. They don't traditionally warrant armed guard? Question mark? That just doesn't
No,
feel right.
Not usually.
Cool. I want to look around at the condition of my fellow patients. We have the chance to see the blood veil on a couple of different occasions. Does what I'm seeing line up with my knowledge of the blood veil?
Yes, and these people look like real bad.
Oof.
The woman in the that's a guy who's in the bed right next to you. His like a lot of the pox is like popped and is bleeding over his face and onto the mattress. You notice that the mattress that you're set on is also fairly like there's like dried blood on it. They haven't had time to like fully clean it.
Cool.
It looks like it's maybe been like loosely washed, but these were white sheets at some point.
Yeah, just gonna stay in all of my clothes, just all of them.
But yeah, everyone around you that you see looks like they are, at least at a glance, very convincingly in the full throes of the disease.
Do I see any unique symptoms that I have not seen before? Like we've gotten descriptions of the blood in the veil and everything else, but like
There's
anything
a lot
out
of coughing.
of place?
There's a lot of coughing and that sort of thing, but no, you don't notice any like strange different symptoms, I would say.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, a lot of coughing, a lot of scratching, a lot of bleeding. You can give me a perception check. You can both give me perception checks if you're both
Can
doing
I
this.
like subtly drink my elixir that I totally forgot about just now? I'm
Yes, you can.
just
If you're trying to do it like sneakily, go ahead and give me a
nondescript, just
give me a thievery check.
with
I think that's
thievery.
Private, damn it.
The sleight of hand.
Let's see. Am I good at that? No. Okay. Good luck.
Still, give it a shot.
Yeah, why not? Should private?
Yeah, blind, please.
Wee woo.
Okay,
Wish
so
me
yeah, Regan,
lost.
you pull out the Eagle Eye Elixir, lift up your mask
I'm
slightly, so
thirsty.
down it, and then pull the mask back down. And you can go ahead and give me your perception check as well, if you're looking.
Okay, I am. Yeah, I'm not looking for a secret door.
Okay. Yeah, you both notice this fairly quickly. So it's like a 5-minute examination of the people in the space. Almost everyone here looks to be either Verizian or Shawanti.
Mm.
And vast majority of these people look fairly like lower class. Like you don't see anyone wearing like nobles' robes or any kind of finery.
I mean,
Though a
nobles
lot
are-
of them have actually been changed into like white patients' robes. So maybe some of them were nobles, but they don't look it. But who does when they're in their death throes, I suppose.
This is one big experiment on the poor.
Truly.
It's good to know that it accepts bribes.
As you guys are kind of staying there looking around, one of the Queen's physicians comes over. He looks at you and kind of gestures you away with his hand.
Me?
Yes, I must attend the patient.
Oh.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Is it a way as in
can-
just like move to the side or like get
Yeah,
out?
just like a move to the side sort of gesture. He'll kind of kneel down next to the bed, his plague doctor bird mask, making his expressions inscrutable. He then performs like a medical examination on you. Just kind of check. He like opens up his bag of tools, pulls out a few different things, and is going to medicine against your disguise.
Good luck. Maybe he's really good at medicine.
Can I
He's a
negative hero point him?
No. You cannot.
Hey, gotta ask.
Jason could hero point that himself if he wanted.
Oh my
It appears
God.
quite advanced.
Is he stupid? Can I sense motive on him?
Sure, you can try to sense motive. Perception.
Give yourself some credit. You did a good job.
Now I want to know if he's stupid or if he's lying. Because he might be like, ooh, a little experiment for me. I don't know.
Yeah, give me a perception check to sense motive.
That's
Oh.
fair.
I did that not blind. My bad.
Reroll it blind.
Must
let
needs
me
be
do
blind.
it. Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you try to judge. Is he lying? Is there something surreptitious here? But you're not really able to pick up much. It seems like it was his kind of earnest initial examination. Seems like he's just fallen for the disguise. You think?
He's stupid.
Yeah.
Regan.
While he's doing that, she's just kind of gonna gaze around a little more, just kind of looking at the building itself. She's not gonna focus too much on him.
Okay. Here, you'll want to drink this. And the physician pulls out a small flask. And here, if you would lay down, allow me to apply some ointment. This will ease the scratching or itching sensation a bit. And he hands you the vial of liquid, and then will while he's waiting for you to drink it, he goes into his bag to pull out another vial of something.
While his back is turned, I will swap it for my own anti-plague that I happen to have on my person.
All right. Do a little swapperoo. Give me I'll take either thievery or stealth. It's thievery. It's thievery.
Yeah, this is thievery. And thank you. I do want to put the thing that they are giving me into my inventory for inspection later.
Sure. Okay. So you start to like pull it away, and like a crow's, he has this like kind of like quick sudden movement of the head, and he like reaches out and grasps your hand. Are you not thirsty? That's fine. And he takes it from your grip and tucks it back into the bag.
Okay.
None for you.
No.
There will be
No.
more later with dinner.
Thank
Can I
you.
sense motive on that?
He then has produced some kind of flask, and starts to kind of dab some out onto a glove, like on the tips of his fingers, and like presses his fingers against like your forehead and starts to kind of like massage the oil in a bit. It's got like a soft cooling sensation.
Yeah, I won't protest. There's enough layers of makeup that I'm sort of just hoping the makeup doesn't come off in this moment.
It's good makeup. Should be fine.
And now we get a perception check against your disguise.
When I look at the question marks, it's not going to tell me anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna either. It worked or it didn't.
Okay. He spends like 5 minutes applying this oil. And you do feel like slightly cool. Like it's a bit warm in here, but at the spots where he's sort of rubbed the oil in, you feel like almost maybe even a slight chill. But not in a bad way, like a kind of refreshing, it even kind of smells a bit minty. Basically giving you icy hot. Or
Well, thank
not
you.
icy hot. What's the one that's just cold mint?
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Like Vicks, yeah. He's basically Vicks Vapor Rubbed you.
Menthol. Mentholata? Anyway.
I'm afraid that's all we can do for him right now. I assure you, we'll do our best to reverse this disease, but advanced cases such as these don't often turn out well, I'm afraid.
That's all right. I appreciate your help.
The physician nods. You may spend time with your friends, but I would not linger. As I said earlier, disease, it is contagious. And he turns and
Did
walks
he
over.
say it? Or did she
Oh,
say that?
he might not. Maybe she
Okay.
said it. That's me, the GM, forgetting. If
Okay.
he wasn't the one who said it, then he says it now. He just reminds you that it's contagious, and goes to treat another patient nearby, who's suddenly someone has started coughing really badly, and he turns and like rushes over to them,
Mm,
and you are left alone again.
it's very odd.
Loud enough to be overheard, but not shouting. I'll say thank you for bringing me here, but you really should go. I don't want you to get sick.
Okay. I hope you get better. Be well, my friend. And she's gonna kind of take the scenic route. Looking.
Okay, so you walk around the
Secret
north side.
Doors.
Yeah, thinking about the secret doors, but we have to zoom out.
Secret basement.
Yeah, she's like, oh, there's so many sick people.
You do pass by a door on the north side of the building there.
It's not a secret.
Open it.
though.
Open it. Open it.
No,
open
it's
it.
just a door.
Open it. Oh, is this the exit?
Oh, so if you're opening it, are you opening it like just full on opening it, or are you doing
You
like
just
a
kind of.
stealthy
She's
open?
like, it's not very. She's like, oh, this is the back exit they want me to use, and it's not the back exit.
Okay,
I
so
would
she's just
Not very stealthy.
she's
She's
going
like,
for
oh,
it.
oops.
Deception,
Damn
I
it.
guess. If you're trying to kind of play it off.
What if I did think this was the back door?
It's still deception.
I'm
Just
deceiving
lied to yourself
myself.
that time.
All right, I'm going to harrow point this as well.
Okay.
Because I
It's
just
important.
not great.
Arrow
at
point away.
deception. It doesn't even matter because I'm so bad.
Natural 20 could occur.
All right, you have rolled twice. One of those numbers is better than the other, as is
Thank
likely to be the
God.
case. Okay, so you open, you go to open the door and like twist it open, and you hear from up above, halt! And you like turn around and you see one of the Grey Maidens up on the fuck, I've forgotten what these are called now.
No,
Catwalk.
Catwalk, up on the catwalk. One of the Grey Maidens, she She has her bow like drawn and pointed at you. That area is not for visitors or patients.
I'll close
If
the
you're
door.
leaving, please leave through the front door.
Oh, she said please. Apologies, Regan will say as she shuts the door.
Did you get a look at anything?
Yeah, if you got a quick glance in there, it seemed to be a dark storage room. There was a lot of crates piled up.
Okay.
You wouldn't have had a good look at what the crates were exactly, but there were just a lot of crates and barrels and stuff. But it was dark. There was no light or anything. Or people.
Here's the door's kind of over there. So she'll kind of make her way, but down this aisle.
Okay, as you kind of walk away from the door, the Great Maiden like puts her bow down and goes back to patrolling.
Yeah, she didn't like me going near that door.
Mm-mm.
Woohoo!
As you
Okay.
walk around this side, you can kind of see that there are 2 more doors up here to the north. Both of them, a Grey Maiden is standing guard in front. And it looks like there's another kind of side door into that storage area.
I set the Fulu on the storage door? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That might actually be, like, good, though. Because it might be, like, enough of a distraction they all go in there or something.
Then we lock them all up while they're inside, looking
D-
around to see what's going on.
Does it make a noise when it?
Oh, it explodes. I mean, it's not like a huge explosion, but it's enough of an explosion to deal 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
a- it's a
realize
pretty
what you
decent
said. It was
explosion.
essentially a stick of C4.
It's
Yes.
it's
It's a
for
bomb.
demolition purposes. It lowers the hardness of the thing it's attached to, and then explodes. To ideally take it out. So
Cool.
So these ladders, they go up to the catwalks,
Yes, the ladders go up to the catwalk.
and there's doors, and it doesn't look like there's anything funky kind of on the floor. No trapdoors of this room from the distance. I'm at.
Yeah, no trapdoors. You see like a seating area where there's some stacks of bread. There's a queen's physician currently like cooking up some gruel or something in a pot. There's some like food supplies stacked up next to him, and then there's some like some trays and plates and bowls that are used to serve the patients.
She's gonna kind of just keep slowly. It looks like down here is just more beds.
Yep, to the south side there.
Make her way to that exit. Because I certainly am not walking up onto the catwalks at this point. That seems like it would be a very aggressive move.
Yeah.
I'm a cat. I belong on the catwalk, obviously.
Okay, so you make your way back to the entrance, open the door.
Here's
and
the exit.
Very loudly.
as you walk through, you see Brunhilde. She turns to look at you, and I'm sorry about your friend.
It's okay. These things happen, though. I do hope there's something they can do for him.
The physicians are doing their level best. I have faith in them.
Thank you. I appreciate all of it.
Please, let me get you the door.
Because I wouldn't want to
She'll
accidentally open the wrong door and get shot again.
She opens the door for you. The Grey Maiden outside lets you past. And can I get fortitude saves from Regan and Felix, please?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get to take my anti-plague.
You did not.
Oh, were you trying to drink it? Oh, no,
That's-
you didn't.
No, like because I tried to do the swap and I like midway through like reaching to my bag.
A fortitude. I'm also gonna hero point this.
All right. Hero point away.
Wild paranoia. Understandable.
I don't
Yeah.
want to get sick. I'm the one that's healing everybody.
I I too am going to blind this
Use-
roll. And then Harrow point it.
All right. Okay. So, Regan, you're outside. I guess what's Mayhem up to?
I was gonna say, this has been about 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
Since we didn't really establish beforehand what was gonna happen exactly after Mayhem went to set the thing, he heads back to the store and realizes that they've already taken off.
And
And
she's
so
walking towards the road and probably gonna walk away from the store. So she's
I-
like walking down.
I was gonna say that I think by this point though he would have actually gone back because it wouldn't take him
Okay.
20 minutes to go there. It would have probably been
Yeah, it's like
5 or 10. So he would have come back to kind of case the joint a little closer. Might have actually just been around the corner, in fact, just to.
Yeah, she like walks this way.
These are bushes.
okay. So
Are they hideable bushes?
Oh my god.
Can I hide in the bushes?
yeah, they are hideable bushes, sure.
Gonna hide in the bushes.
Okay, she's gonna
Okay.
let's restart our walk.
So Regan is leaving the building as Mayhem is hiding in the bushes at the corner.
Oh, what the fuck?
Make it. Come here.
Hold on. They're weird. There we go. She's like leans towards the bush. It's like, hello? Is that you?
Yeah. Who else would be hiding in a bush?
That's a good point.
Didn't
It's a-
expect you all to go already, but got him inside okay?
She comes into the bush. Yeah, he's in there. He's in a bed. There's a lot of sick people in there, and a lot of guards. Just
Why? Why would I mean? There's no
I
reason
don't
for them to
know.
be guarding the dead or dying.
they're also very rude. I opened a storage room thinking, oh, it's the back door, but a lady, a gray maiden, yelled at me and was ready to shoot me, which didn't seem very polite. Usually there's no threat of like violence if you accidentally open a door.
No, there wouldn't be, would there?
Mm-mm.
It seems extreme as far as reactions go. What was inside? Did you see?
Yeah, a lot of sick people.
I mean, I
there's-
meant the storage.
Oh, the storage. My
you
bad.
can share
A
the
lot
whole
of sick
thing if you
people
want, yeah.
still. Just crates. I didn't get a good look because I was about to get shot.
And no signs of a basement of any kind, by chance?
No, there were a few doors that were being guarded, and there was a catwalk you could go up on with a lot of guards. But I didn't see any like trap doors or anything that might have looked like a basement. Storage room is in the back, though. I think
Oh.
you might be able to kind of, if you came back at a less aggressive hour,
Well,
be able to peek in.
all of the doors back there are barred pretty well, so. Unless I went in the front door or we broke it down, but. I suppose there is an explosion that's supposed to go off at 7 or so.
Ooh.
We could try and
Oh,
use that as a
nice
distraction to go
distraction.
inside the front.
Yeah. Like I do have. If only we had the person who's good at opening doors.
I agree, though I'm not sure that Felix could get the bars off of these doors there.
Oh.
So
Nailed
you
it.
have the right person
Not
for
just
that
lock.
kind of door.
I can try and take it out. It's just not gonna be quiet.
Yeah, it'd be athletics checks, presumably with a crowbar or something similar.
Do I have a crowbar?
I s-
Somebody has a crowbar, right?
I thought you had the crowbar.
I might. I have to go. I guess I can
That's a
use the
Tully
fancy
item.
Crow.
Tully's crowbar.
No, actually, I don't. I don't have a crowbar.
Do I have the crowbar?
Gasp!
I have a net launcher.
No, I have a glass jar from the bar. That's the only bar I have.
In the front of the building, there were 3 windows. Two
yes, I
and
showed
one
you
was
in
like the office.
Yeah, I showed you in Discord. So the building itself looks like a roughly 3-story building. Judging from the inside, from the outside and the inside, you can kind of tell that the first 2 floors are taken up by the warehouse part. So it's 2 stories of warehouse, very tall ceiling warehouse. And then the 3rd floor, there's kind of like what looks like a office section up there on the very top floor.
Any windows
from
on
the
side?
front of the building? There's 2 tall windows that look into the warehouse itself, and there's 1 small window that probably looks into one of the offices. It's a fairly small window though. You would have to squeeze to get through it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's one
And
of
the
those kind of slightly high kind of skylighty windows,
Yeah, just for helping keep light in.
Yeah.
Are the front windows blocked off at all, or are they visible from the street? You can look inside and see that there's people walking around.
They're kind of high up. You can
Okay, so
look
they're not
into
really
them,
street
but
level. Okay.
they're not at street level. They're 2 people's heights up, so about 12 feet up.
Okay.
So you can sort of look in them, but you're largely looking at the Grey Maidens walking around on the catwalks. If you were to get higher up, you could look down and see the people down there, but
Yeah, but you're not really seeing them in there. That's fine.
yeah. Those
And
2
windows
are
on the
largely there for
sides
light.
Or the back of the building, or is it just the ones in the front here?
There's a similar set. There are 2 more windows along this side of the building that you're on, Mayhem, on the west side.
Okay.
But they're similar, tall, primarily light windows.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking of entrances and exits for
Mhm.
getting Felix out.
But thus far, you've only really seen the south side and the west side. I guess and the rear of the building, where the doors are.
The east side?
From where I am laying in bed, can I see these windows? Because presumably they would be at the catwalk level.
Yeah, they're kind of just below the catwalks.
Okay.
The top of the window goes right up into the catwalk, the bottom of the catwalk.
Oh, so it is up the wall, but not above the catwalk.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. But in terms of the windows that I can see, I see what would be the 2 front, the 2 rear windows. I do not see that office ? Window.
Correct. You can see, if you're looking straight up at the ceiling in here, you can see that. Let me see if I can draw this. It's a slightly complicated shape that they've got going on here.
It's a rhombus.
Fill this in solidly. Okay, so this section here, can you see this white section I drew in?
Yes.
That part of the ceiling is lower by about a floor. So it looks like there's a floor, a building space up there.
Okay, that tracks.
The warehouse roof is just taller on the side of the warehouse that you're on. And it looks like they've built in some kind of
office
space on top of that side, the eastern side of the warehouse.
Can I see what would presumably be the door to that office, or is that occluded by all the catwalky stuff?
You can't see any form of door to get into there from where you are.
Okay.
Yeah. From your bed, you can't tell how you would get up there. There doesn't seem to be any entrance from the catwalk, as far as you can tell. Regan Mayhem have more to say there, or do you want to jump to Felix?
I'm curious about.
Sure.
So I have Majenko. I can
Mhm.
cast invisibility on him for 10 minutes. He can go look in windows.
Yep.
If that sounds like a good idea to anyone else. It sounds
More
like
scouting's not going to be bad, so especially that office space where we can't see.
yeah. I just realized I can do this combo.
It's good. It's a good combo. Otherwise, I have a grappling gun, but I feel like that would be noisy. Your idea is much better.
Well, now we'll know if it maybe might be worth it to go up there. So she's gonna cast a little invisibility on Majenko and be like, hey, so got 10 minutes. There's some windows in the front that we can't quite see in because we can't fly. Can you fly up and tell us what you see in those windows?
Yeah, leave it to me. And he'll, after you cast invisibility on him, he will take flight off of your shoulder.
Its perception is also pretty decent.
And he'll take 10 minutes to fly around looking in the windows.
Whee!
Whee!
So 10 minutes pass, and Majenko returns. Looks like... So most of the tall windows just go into the warehouse. They've got a side window slightly lower on the opposite side. There's a bunch of smoke coming out. It looks like they may be cooking something there. I think it was that pot we saw earlier. Up on the top floor, it looks like there's some kind of office. There was a guy over there. Looked like he was working at a desk. But the other windows, those were all covered. They had curtains or something. I couldn't see.
Ooh. Were those like high up windows? Or were they down low?
Oh yeah, all the way up at the top.
Curious, why would you need to cover windows all the way up at the top?
Will not be seen.
What did the guy look like that was working at the desk?
He had a brown jacket on and brown pants and short black hair. Graying a little bit, I think.
Okay. I don't know if it's no one we've seen before.
There are so many faces. I wouldn't remember that off the top of my head. I was just thinking.
The only person I could think of would be that head doctor, and I have
was
to go
gonna say,
scroll in my
that's
notes
not-
to go.
That's not Reiner. Is it Reiner Devalis? Devalis? I think Reiner was the name, yeah. Reiner Devalis? Davalis? Possibly. But I actually don't know if you all would recognize him, because I don't know that you met him.
I think we've concluded I have no idea who this is because I tried thinking about the name.
Mayhem met him briefly Tully met him briefly at the Citadel, so.
Was he wearing brown with dark hair?
I don't remember.
Oh, great.
I'm looking at names that I have, and I'm like, that's a name that would be related to the doctors, because he was, I believe, the head doctor. But beyond that, I don't know. That wouldn't be Rolf, would it?
Did he look gross?
No, he looked fairly well put together, I think.
Okay, it's not Rolf.
Oop.
Yeah, Reiner comes from Igorian, and, well, claimed to come from Igorian, but according to DeVargo's notes, was not able to track where in Igorian he might have come from in Cheliax. So, hard to say for sure if he's legit.
I wonder if what they're actually cooking is food. Did it smell like it would taste good?
Was
it chemically?
You had on a plague mask. I don't know if you could really smell a whole lot.
Well, I was asking Majenko if he could
Oh,
smell
Majenko.
what it smelled like to him.
Is the
Yeah.
fire,
Oh.
this fire smoke or whatever specifically?
Was it just
Oh,
like a...
sure. Smelled kind of boring. I guess a bit meaty.
Okay. Might actually just be food.
To be clear, the smoke smelled meaty.
Ooh. Wait, maybe it's cremation.
That's why I'm checking. Is that what I'm understanding? Or was it just a general smell that was coming in that direction was meaty?
Yeah, just the smell, I guess.
Okay. It could be.
It smells like food. Nothing particularly interesting, though.
Could totally be cremation.
That was my first thought, and then it went to the cooking, and I was like, oh, that's much more mundane. But if they're getting dead people, they have to dispose of them somehow.
It's
And
not
judging from
imps, and it's not rats.
Well, that's good.
that is reassuring, actually.
They're not feeding them rats if they are.
The smells Majenko knows.
Is like cremation? That's like, is it a form that people often do, or is it often you just bury people?
Cremation is done, yeah, in Corvosa.
There's a lot of bodies. At some point, they're going to run out of graves to bury them, so I'm sure burnings will happen. They haven't already started.
In fact, yeah, you would know that they've already started doing some cremation. But that would all be handled by the Church of Pharasma.
Okay. So if they had like crematoriums, because you have to get it pretty hot.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that like a Pharasman priest would probably have some fire spells prepped to make such a thing.
Okay.
Hot enough.
That's why they have fire spells. Okay. Not just to smite the foes of Pharasma, but also burn bodies of the foes of Pharasma.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll do like cremation and burial, like they'll cremate and then bury the ashes. A lot of the big mass graves are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Save space. Okay, while you guys are thinking about that, inside, Felix, what are you doing? Sitting in your bed.
I'm trying to keep track of the comings and goings of the guard. In that if there is a hidden basement, then I'm probably not going to see someone actually coming in and out of it, but maybe the count of people will shift and inform me when someone does. Other than that, I am trying to be a patient, and like take in useful information, like when there is a guard change.
Okay.
Those would be like those would be my goals. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think in that like 20 minutes or 20 minutes or so, I don't think any of that would happen. That would be visible to you. So it's mostly you get a lot of coughing, a lot of scratching, a lot of moaning. You watch the two Grey Maidens who are patrolling the place. They just kind of continue patrolling, just circling around this space, stopping every so often. And they seem to try to stay at opposite ends so they can clearly watch over all of the patients. The Queen's physicians, for their part, seem to be quite busy, constantly going from patient to patient. And sure, at about the end of that time, so yeah, around like 2:40, both of these, actually, there's a third Queen's physician that you didn't see. But the three Queen's physicians make their way over to the food pot, where the fourth Queen's physician was, and they start serving out some of this food. And they're going to start taking bowls to each of the sick to try to get them to eat. So that's what's going on right now.
Okay. So it's 4 Queen's physicians and
two
two
foot
guards
soldiers.
and 2
Yeah.
foot soldiers at any given time. Plus the 2 who are watching the doors in the back.
Yes, Regan saw those. You did not, but yes, there are 2 in the back.
Okay.
Actually, you saw them. You would have seen them coming in. I think you saw them from the entrance.
from that position there, I would have seen them coming in.
Yeah, you would have seen the 2 guards here and the 2 doors. But yeah, you don't see those guards move.
Okay.
During this like half hour 40 minutes that you've been here, the guards have not done any kind of changeover. All right, back to unless you had something.
No, I think I'm sort of waiting for an opportunity. My goal is to like slip away. And for that to happen, their attention needs to be elsewhere. I know for certain when something is going to happen, but if an opportunity presents itself beforehand, I want to be like cognizant enough to take it.
All right, so just staying alert, looking
Yep.
for an opening. All right, Regan, Mayhem, are you guys doing anything in particular while you're waiting?
I want to check in with Regan.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth trying to get him out early, or should we just wait until 7?
What time is it? It's almost 3.
And my concern
4
is that the
hours.
illusion will wear off here soon, and then that will put him in a more difficult position to have to keep up the disguise.
I will
It's a
say
bad
that
one.
unless you have time sense or some other similar kind of spell or a clock, you probably won't be able to track the time super precisely. So even though we have it visible in Foundry here, you're not going to have it like down to the minute.
Which is fine.
Right.
It's more Mayhem's
12
trying to figure out if
PM.
he should do something
Yeah.
now, or if he should just wait until the thing goes off.
Yeah, I
Because-
just wanted to add that little bit of information just so you're aware.
Regan looks directly into the sun to figure out the time.
I don't
Right.
recommend that.
You can attempt to figure out the exact time with survival, yes, but
It is probably going to go off in between 6 and
Sometime after
3
sundown,
hours.
not too long after sundown.
oh, and I guess the Fulu itself the Fulu burns down, so you can go look at the Fulu.
We're both just staring at
I'm not worried about the Fulu. I'm asking Regan if
Yeah.
she
Please don't
thinks
stare at the
it's worth
sun.
getting him out early, or if we should just wait.
Would getting him out early, it would cause a fuss.
It would cause
We
a fuss.
would be causing a fuss.
I have an idea. It's not a
Okay.
great one. It requires me lying, but I'm not too bad at that, for better or worse. I could pretend that somebody took my friend in to hospice when he was not supposed to be here, and I wanted him at home where he could die with friends and family.
Ooh.
And I could get very upset that somebody had brought in my friend without my knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, you can try that. I don't think he's going to get much done in there by himself. Especially with all the guards.
I don't want to make a fight scene. I'm just trying to cause enough of a ruckus that they'll let me leave with him.
No, I understand.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I do kind of agree. I'm like, I don't know how much. I mean, he has invisibility. I could try sending a message to him to see if he wants to leave early.
Can he reply?
He could try.
Oh, magic.
I
I knew there was a
peek
reason
in
I
the
never figured
window.
out
No.
Junk worked. Give it a shot. If
A message relay by Majenko.
I could actually. I could condo it. But you would have to know to look up. I don't know. That seems
well, part of the message could be
convoluted.
look up at the window and see Majenko and respond to them.
How weird would it be to see a house drake staring into a window?
In Corvosa, not that weird.
There's a bunch of them
okay.
around because they go after
Yeah,
the imp
house-
stuff.
Yeah, house drakes are kind of native to, not native to the region, but they it might as well be native to the region at this point.
Yeah, I was just
They're all-
wondering if
they're all
if
cats.
it's like a pigeon sitting on
Yeah.
a window, and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. No one's really gonna care if it's like, ooh, what's that doing here?
Yeah, basically. If it's acting too weird, like they are known to also sometimes be familiars. So, like if someone's aware of magical familiars, they might be a bit more suspicious. But at least for short periods of time, it's not gonna trip anyone's suspicions, really.
Okay, well yeah, I could do that for a message and ask if he wants to be let out early.
Would you? Just so that we don't do something stupid if he's got a plan already.
Sure. And she'll send fluttering up to peer in the best window to see him.
Okay, probably this one here, along the south side.
And
So
send
Majenko
a
can see
message.
Felix.
Felix, do you need us to break you out early, or do you have a plan?
Stay
Look up at the window.
cool. I haven't learned anything yet.
Okay. Do you need us to wait? Should we wait until dark?
Yes.
Should we go to the script and scrim shop and wait there so you can send us a message?
I think I just get the one reply.
Oh, I have a cantrip.
It's message is a cantrip, so
Yeah,
she can just keep
Yeah,
casting it over and over again.
I also have message. I guess we're doing this.
You're looking up at the window.
Yeah. Stay nearby for when the for this evening's fireworks, but otherwise, stay cool. I haven't learned anything yet.
All right. And Regan's gonna turn to me and be like, he hasn't learned anything yet. He wants to stay. He says,
That was the
He'll wait,
question I had.
yeah.
It was not whether he learned anything, it's whether he needed us to get him out. But if he feels okay.
he seems to want to stay until nighttime.
Do I have any playing cards?
Is
Guess he was-
Majenko staying in the window or coming
Yeah,
back?
he'll like float on. Not directly. I'll tell him like, don't directly come back. He'll just flutter off and then come back.
Okay, yeah, he'll
own
go
time.
go away and then like 10 minutes come back along a different route.
And that must have been weird for Mayhem because it just goes off and she's using conceal spell the whole time, so nothing happens. And she's just like, he wants to stay. It's like,
Should I
okay,
inside check that to see if Regan just lied to me?
he wants to stay. I'm very genuine.
Okay. Magic's strange.
You should learn some.
Uh,
That's what we should do while we wait.
Oh. Do we really?
Oh wait,
Yes.
we can go to the school. Well, she's gonna.
I'm not present for this conversation, but yes.
Well, I'm
Should
going
we
to walk to
Yeah.
Nia's place.
Okay.
If you want to teach me along the way, you're welcome to.
I was gonna ask if you were staying in the bushes because I didn't think that was gonna be a good idea.
I mean, I was going to come back to the bushes possibly, but
Oh.
that's
Okay.
what I'm going for cards. I remember seeing that Nia had some playing cards pawned, so figured to pick those up.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to the
Nia's pawn
to
shop.
Nia's pawn shop.
It's close enough that, and I don't want to kill the whole time there, but I'm going to take a little while to shop. We'll pick up the
Okay.
playing cards.
She's bemused that you are back, but doesn't seem to comment on
Minus one friend.
it. Okay,
Dave,
Felix.
welcome to Idrith.
So, if you're just chilling here, another like 10 minutes goes by. It seems like they're just feeding some of the people, not everybody. It seems like it's not your turn yet. And they've only fed like kind of half the room before they
Okay.
go back to doing examinations. You do notice that one of them heads north and disappears for a time. Another
Do I hear a
10
door?
minutes.
Or anything?
Yes, you do hear a door. the creaking of the door amidst the cacophony.
Interesting.
The cacophony.
The cacophony.
After about 10 minutes, your illusory disguise fades.
Cool.
We still have the makeup layer, but it's not going to be quite as convincing, I imagine.
Another 10 minutes pass. Not much changes, but you do hear another door creaking open, and the Queen's physician comes back with a gentleman in a brown coat. And he's like holding a clipboard and writing some things down as the physician is showing him to a couple of different patients.
Can I overhear any conversation?
Perception.
Is there any conversation? Are they doing this in silence?
They're whispering to each other. Like, he's speaking very, like, softly, and it is quite loud in here, at least coughing-wise. While he's in a nearby row, based on that perception check, it sounds like he's being taken around to the new patients.
Cool. I want to prepare something for when it looks like they're about to get to me. When they begin to round the corner, I would like to use ventriloquism, which I have on this nifty little ring of mine, to throw a coughing fit onto a patient in another row. My hope is to get them to peel off and go take care of the person who sounds like they're coughing and maybe forget about me.
Okay. Let's see. Sure. So a coughing fit starts to happen as they round the corner, heading in your direction. Let's see. Oops.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So perceptive.
So much for the surprise on that one. Gosh, that failed.
He looks off in that direction. Could you see to that? He says to the physician, and the physician nods and goes to go take a look. But he does approach you, clipboard in hand. The GM, have forgotten what your fake name was. What was your fake name?
Philip Farnsworth.
Okay. Mr. Farnsworth.
Yes. Hello.
And you're in the advanced stages. When did you first start noticing symptoms?
About 3 days ago.
3 days ago. He scribbles something down. This is quite advanced for 3 days.
I wasn't feeling good for maybe a few days prior, but I shrugged it off as a cold. It wasn't until 3 days ago that I began to really, really become pale.
I see. And have you noticed any strange symptoms aside from the rash?
It's my face is just so itchy. The ointment they provided has been the only relief.
Yes, I'm told the ointment does work quite well. At least for a time. He kind of kneels down to get a closer look at you, like leaning up to examine your face. And do
Secret
this
this
time I'll
time.
roll the perception check
You
secretly.
better roll a 1. This
Oh, I didn't say out loud for the audio listeners, but that was a 37, which was a crit success against the ventriloquist ring. DC of 19.
Yeah. Almost a double crit.
An attempt was made.
Okay. Where? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good funny or a
Yeah.
bad funny for
I don't know.
me.
I'm like, this could be
Sure, it's
either
real
good or
hilarious.
horrible.
Your aid has come in handy.
Yeah.
This is a difference of +1. Yes, it does seem to be fairly advanced for... Perhaps you didn't notice the symptoms on the first day or two. Very well. And do you have any kin? Have they shown signs of the disease as well?
My sister who brought me in, and no, none so far.
None so far. He scribbles that in. Good. That's good. And what might the sister's name be?
Amy,
Amy. Amy Farnsworth, I presume.
yes,
And is this the correct address you've written here?
sure. I do not remember what I gave if I gave a thing.
Yeah, you just gave some random address, I presume.
I probably would have given the warehouse owned by the cow. What is it?
Oh, the Cowhammer people?
Oh, the
Cowhammer
Cowhammer gang. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that has become our home away from home.
And does your sister live with you?
Yes, but we both work, so it's kind of it's nice to see each other when we can.
I'm sure it is. But good. I may need to contact her for additional information regarding the illness. For now, I'm afraid that things don't look very well for you, but we are making progress day by day. Judging by your state, well, do you want the prognosis, or would you rather... And he kind of trails off.
I came to a hospice knowing their purpose. I would rather know.
Very well then, Mr. Farnsworth. I'm afraid that you may not make it past another day or so. We will do our best to keep you in good health and spirits until then, but I'm afraid unless we make a major breakthrough soon, I don't know if there's much that we can do to save you.
Thank you for the truth, Doctor.
Doctor.
And I will trail off.
The doctor nods.
Oh, come on! Fine. Doctor.
Dr. Davlos.
Thank you, Dr. Davlos.
You're welcome, Mr. Farnsworth. Now, please, do follow the instructions of my fellow physicians, and I was told that you refused to drink earlier. You really should have some water. It's not good to dehydrate yourself during this illness. It seems to go a little bit slower for those who drink a bit more heartily.
Of course.
Well, if you need any help, please do signal one of the physicians. I'll see you tomorrow, should you still be alive. Have a good night. He
Yeah.
turns and just kind of matter of factly just walks away.
Yeah.
You seem to be the last of the patients he was coming to see.
Just my own question is: was he wearing a mask, any PPE at all? He's just walking around, dapper as the day could be.
He had gloves on. He was not wearing a mask.
And of course, he had plot armor.
Did he? Or is it not airborne?
That was my thought.
The great, the Queen's physicians seem to be holding up this entire charade, but it doesn't seem to extend to him.
All right, that exchange was like another 10 minutes of
Yeah,
shenanigans there.
high stakes shenanigans.
But he seems to have left. You hear a door creaking, and he seems to be gone.
It's a question for the description you gave before. When you said the door, there was like a piece of wood barring the doors in the back. Was it across just one door or all three doors?
Each door has a cross beam nailed to it.
So there is some other door that is operational, because those three sure ain't.
Well, not that I think you saw it, but I believe Regan saw there's a side door that might lead into this the closet there.
Yeah, for what you saw earlier, there are two doors back here.
Okay.
At the far north side, but those don't seem to be there are guards standing in front of them. Those don't seem to be the three large loading doors that you guys saw from the backside.
Okay.
On the way in.
Thank you for updating my mental model.
Yes, no problem. If you were to think about where those three loading doors might be, they're probably somewhere directly north of you here.
Yeah, and I now have them placed firmly in the mysterious
black square.
Black
the void.
the void beyond the door. Yes.
Yes, there's a door directly to the north of you, and that door probably goes into wherever the loading area is. Okay. Are you doing anything else, or are you just waiting for another event to happen?
So, to express my goal, I sort of want to get up into that office. I think the office is where the next most interesting thing might be. I know for certain that at some point in the evening, there's going to be a boom. And that would be my opportunity to go invisible, run up the ladder, and make my way for that office.
Mm-hmm.
If the universe grants me an opportunity there before then, I'm not saying no.
Okay, but largely you're just going to sit still until either boom happens or you see an opportunity, correct?
Correct. That is my current plan. I'm not going to make an opportunity until things get dire.
Okay.
And if things, if I were to fail a check or something, then the plan might change.
All right. So in that case, time continues to pass. Can I get another fortitude check, please?
Yes, please. And I'm gonna continue.
This is gonna be bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to spend hero points on these
Excellent.
to make them better.
Use them all.
Love
I
to
think
hear
that
it.
these aren't real checks. Jason's just like, I can get these idiots to use all their hero points. It's a made-up ass check.
I hope our fans will take some pity on me and help me with.
Gaining hero points. All right, you're down to 1 hero point. You've rolled twice there for this. Okay. Let's see. So some time passes. Maybe about a half hour. Maybe another half hour passes. You interact a little bit with the Queen's, a particular Queen's physician who keeps coming to check on you. They do bring you water again. Do you eventually drink it or no?
I will take some water, but like I have a vial of holy water on me. I'm still going to try to drink from my own supply rather than take necessarily.
Okay, so you're going to continue to try and surreptitiously swap or
eventually
not take it while he's there.
Correct. I'll take it and thank him and try those maneuvers to see that I can't pocket what they're giving people and drink from my own supply.
Okay. Without as much scrutiny, like without him being as on edge, with Regan being there, he like leaves you with a cup this time of water.
Okay.
And so you're able to dump it under the bed or what have you.
Like I will drink one of the vials I have of I'll actually take my anti-plague this time.
Okay.
and use that to put the water in. But it is literally a paper cup of water.
Yeah, it's like a clay glass or like clay mug.
Okay. I think last time they were trying to hand me a sealed vial or something. That's what it sounded like.
Yes, they did. The first time he did try to hand you a vial of some liquid.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I will use this to generate an empty vial and try to bring a surprise home with me.
Okay. All right. So you've used the anti-plague. Some more time passes. Give me another fortitude save, please.
What bonus should I add for the anti-plague that I have just drunk?
Anti-plague lesser, I think there's a +1.
Okay.
+2 item bonus to fort saves against diseases. Assuming that this is what this is.
Again, this could all just be theater that you are creating.
I do sometimes ask for checks that are irrelevant. It is known to me.
What? How could you do this?
It is a good trick in your DMing arsenal. Not every check has to be real. Okay. That was that check. All right. You don't know if it's anything real or if it's just being in this place where everybody's constantly scratching. Like, you look over the guy next to you, he's asleep but is still kind of scratching at his neck and face the entire time that you're here. It's making you feel a little bit itchy. But otherwise you seem fine.
Cool.
Okay, so around 5 is when the 2 gray maidens up on the catwalk disappear. Well, not disappear. They walk up to the north, and you presume they come down like the ladder or something. And there's some conversation. The physicians as well have seemed to like maybe gather their own food, and they're over here sitting at the table.
This feels like an opportunity.
You are currently unwatched.
In this moment, I cease to be visible.
Okay, you pull up the hood of the Cloak of Illusions, which grants you invisibility for either the normal duration or whenever you pull the hood back down. A normal duration
10 minutes.
for first level is 10 minutes. Or second level
Yep.
spell is 10 minutes. Okay, you got 10 minutes.
I'm gonna very quietly make my way up the ladder at the far side, trying to put as much distance between me and the Grey Maidens having dinner as I can.
Okay, so you pop off the bed, and then kind of speed walk your way towards this ladder to the south.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna make my way up to the catwalk level.
All right. Do you have athletics trained?
I have boots of free running that give me bonuses to doing things like going up vertical surfaces.
Sure. Let me see. Let me just look at your skills. Oh yeah. You're an expert in athletics. You're fine. You climb it with ease.
I'm also that too.
Okay. So let's see. Roughly. Okay. So you managed to make your way up to the catwalk. Not hidden. Where's invisible? That one. Okay, you are up on the catwalk. What do you do?
I'm gonna make my way across the like north, and then make the corner on the catwalk and head toward where I presume the office to be. This way.
So you make your way across, and as you're walking over here, there doesn't seem to be any door up on this level. This is strictly just a catwalk overlooking the warehouse.
Fantastic.
If there's a way up there, it must be one of these two doors that these
everyone is
Grey
guarding.
Maidens are in front of. Yeah.
Cool. Then I need to pull them over here. I promised I wouldn't blow anything up, but
There
one
are
moment.
a lot of sick people here.
I don't want to hurt.
dying.
I don't want to hurt the sick people. The time will hurt them.
You're merely quickening their freedom.
One could argue that you're actually helping them by just, shuffling them off their mortal coil a little faster.
Intrusive thoughts.
Just a little shuffle. It's
Seriously, intrusive thoughts.
every day I'm shuffling off this.
Yeah,
mortal
you have 10 minutes of invisibility, so you can like, shuffle through, look at your spells, look at your inventory, see if you've got anything for this.
Forgive me if I take a second. My goal is to essentially make a noise over here that would bring everyone to this half of the building, so I can go to that half of the building.
Super pain screaming.
And I continue to come back to blasting stones. And what it's not that I don't see them, it's that I was looking for literally any other option. So I'm gonna to aim away from the people and
Window.
a window. Thank you, intrusive thought.
Right in the middle of the people.
I'm gonna aim it at one of the windows at the far corner and let fly.
All right.
Is that a hostile action?
Yes. That would
Are
break
you
your
able to do
invisibility.
that? Yeah.
Let's define hostile action.
I
Hostile
was wanting to clarify because
to
on the one hand,
injure.
it's a window.
Wait.
You're
right.
you're entering a window. You're making a hostile
No.
action at the window.
Does intent matter in hostile action?
Throwing
It's
a
only
weapon.
the conclusion. What if you threw a knife into the water? You're not injuring the water. Or you kill a fish and then you're.
it's the type of action that's important.
Is throwing a flashbang considered a hostile action?
Yes.
Thank you.
If you accidentally kill something that you didn't mean to, doing a non-hostile action, does it turn hostile and end your visibility?
I retract this idea.
We're not litigating hostile action.
But we could.
You know, I'm gonna do something a lot simpler than all of this. I'm just gonna drop a torch. I'm not attacking anything. It's just gonna clatter from a height.
All right.
And we know Corvosan torches are in fact the most deadly weapon known to man.
Got to be careful with them. You might drop. Be careful where you're dropping that. If you drop that on a person,
Just having this is hostile.
you know the moment it hits, it's just going to cave in their skull somehow.
Where are you dropping it?
Right on top of these people.
Here. I would come to this corner of the catwalks.
Okay, in the far southwest corner of the warehouse.
Yes.
You remove a torch from your bag and drop it.
And then crouched.
It
to see.
clatters along on the ground there and becomes visible.
Do they even react?
They don't seem to notice. There's a lot of coughing.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, they don't seem to notice the one torch falling in the opposite corner of the warehouse from them.
Great, cool. This plan is I don't like this plan at this stage. I'm gonna come back down the ladder.
All right, come back down the ladder.
I'm gonna make for the door over here.
Which door? The door to the north?
The door to the storage room.
Okay. Let me get rid of the catwalks real quick. It's probably gonna refresh the map again.
Yep.
There we go.
Cool.
Alright, so you go
Whee!
moving over towards the northern door into what you might presume is storage.
Yes. I would like to sneaky my way into the storage, please.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Versus their perception DCs.
Me and Felix are both exhausted from all of this.
You volunteered for it.
Yes, I did. I am not arguing that aspect of this mission.
Let's see.
You've been doing well.
If they didn't hear the freaking clattering torch.
I was going to
This is
note
the loudest in my
belatedly,
life.
your cloak also gives you the Figment cantrip. Did you see that?
Yes, it gives me a simple illusion, I believe.
Yeah, illusory sound or vision. I don't know if it's loud enough to be heard. I'm just noting it is a sound option.
Yes, you can make loud sounds with Figment. Not crazy loud. But the door does creak open. Are you you're opening it, moving in and closing it, opening it, moving in, leaving it open? What you
Opening it, moving in, closing it.
doing? Okay. Open it, move in, close it.
It's dark.
You hear
It's-
maybe some shuffling outside.
I will take a dark vision potion.
All right. Since it's dark in here, Give me a d20 as you're fishing around for the potions in the dark.
You just get like a random potion.
How many potions do you have?
I kept this one on my person instead of burying it in my bag, so it's like one of the 3 potions that I have on.
Yep, it's one of the 3 potions that you have on you.
What are the 3 potions that you
Just
have
want
on
all
you?
of them, one right after the other.
There's a d20.
Ooh.
Okay, 18's a success. You you remember which slot you had slotted the dark vision elixir into.
Drink the
Nice.
poison.
You fumble for it for a moment, you think about it, and then you're like, yeah, I think this is the right one. And you take the sip. You now have dark vision. Or, sorry, this is moderate dark vision?
Yes.
Yeah, so it lasts for an hour.
Yes.
What do I see in this pitch black, dark story?
You actually have to put the effect on you.
Yeah, there you go. I put the effect on you.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright. In this storage area, it is quite cluttered with lots and lots of boxes piled up all over, somewhat precariously. Yeah, there's also not a lot of space to kind of walk around. Like, you have to kind of squeeze between stuff. A lot of the crates look empty. They all look fairly old. But in particular, you notice there's like a bunch of cages off in the southeastern corner. They seem to be empty, though. But they do look like they're sized for like small creatures. Not human-sized cages, but yeah, like kind of like dog kennel-sized cages.
Maybe what this warehouse was formerly used for?
Possibly.
Or maybe what it's currently used for at other times. I don't know.
Give me an acrobatics check as you're moving around in here, trying not to knock stuff over.
Cool.
Bumbling.
Yep.
Tumbling in the dark.
Okay. So yeah, you're trying to slip between stuff, just kind of squeeze through spaces, and yeah, you don't seem to be knocking anything over. There's some close calls as you actually like bump into a crate and realize that it's like 5 crates stacked up. You have to like kind of catch it, but for the most part, you're not causing any noise in here. It's fairly straightforward.
Okay. The cages are on this end. Is that a ladder I see on the other?
There is a ladder piled up on some boxes on the northeastern side of the room. It's
Okay.
not the highest quality looking ladder. It looks like a couple rungs are broken.
How tall is the ceiling in this room? Like, the previous room gave me the impression of a warehouse, big cavernous space.
Yeah, this room is about 15 feet high, so just shy of the catwalks. And this northwest corner of the room, those crates are like piled all the way up to the ceiling. If you wanted to spend time in here, you could certainly investigate the crates in more detail. You could also just kind of glance at the crates for an action and give me a perception check. If you're just trying to see what the crates might be.
I would like to investigate the crates and sort of figure out what is being stored here. And then after that, I have a somewhat crazier idea. But let's do that first thing.
Okay. So just a quick scan. Perception.
Do.
Okay, while you're looking around at the crates near the cages, you notice that one of the barrels here in the south corner of the room has Arcona imports painted on the side.
Arcana.
Imports.
I thought it was Jagged Eye. Arcana?
What would they
Sorry,
have?
Arcana exotic imports.
House Arcana.
Yeah, like they're mixed up in all of this. Of course they are.
It was their warehouse apparently, and
Yeah.
no longer is. They may not know who bought it, but I'm suspicious of everything now. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome. That was me typing the name in the chat.
Oh, I was saying thank you for making me suspicious of everything.
Oh, I see. No problem. There's a lot of things going on in this adventure. A lot of players are involved.
Connected. It's all connected. The strings.
Okay. What was your crazier idea? So you just take a couple actions to look around.
I wanna. You said these crates over here get up to the ceiling level.
Yep.
I'd like to go up.
Okay. So you're gonna try and climb those, or I guess you have your boots.
I have my boots. My goal is to see that I can get through to whatever is above me. This entire building doesn't seem all that well put together.
So these boots, you can only use them once a day, but you can go for it. Let's see. Traction improves, allowing you to run along vertical surfaces for a minute. Start your movement on a horizontal space. If you stride off the ground, you must stride along the surface until you reach another horizontal surface.
I presume this would allow me to get to the top of the crates.
There's no space between the top of these crates and the ceiling. There might be like one crate that you could get on top of. I would allow that.
Okay. My goal is to press on the floorboards and see if I can't get into the room above me. So that actually works out perfect because I can get to that surface and then leverage against it.
Use your legs.
Use
I
my legs.
did not put down your 20 feet, but you're supposed to be at 5 feet. Or you're back down to 0. Sure. So yeah, you run up the sides of the crates and manage to kind of climb up onto one of them. It's kind of you can't fully stand on this crate because there's just not enough space there, but you can kind of crouch over it. And so the magic from your free running boots fades, and you can. The ceiling seems to be, some pretty. I have to think about materials. I think it's just wood, but they're kind of like wood beams. Give me an athletics check.
I also have an any tool, so I figure I can make a pry bar, if that is a thing in.
Sure. Yeah. Give you a bonus then, a +1.
Anything's a pry bar if you try hard enough.
Okay. You try to pry the this plank upward to see if you can get into the space above this. And as you start trying to do it, it's pretty hard. This is a thick piece of wood. These woods are very, very well nailed together. The construction is pretty solid. You're able to get kind of a crack through, and you can kind of see a little bit of sunlight streaking in.
Does the roof of the warehouse slope? Is it just shorter on this side because it's actually shorter on this side?
It seems like it might be shorter on this side.
That must be it. I'm not going to continue to try to make my way out the ceiling, I guess.
That would be one way to get out.
Yeah, realizing this, it seems like maybe this storage room itself is also an addition at some point. or is otherwise like it's got a lower, like it is just a separate kind of building space here. It doesn't have anything above it.
Okay. I will safely get down from my crate mountain and onto ground level.
All right, yeah, I'll allow you to kind of drop down onto these cages and then down onto the ground.
It's been fun exploring this area. It sort of feels like this is not the direction I want to go in. And the direction I want to go in has all the guards in it. So I think my next best move is to, like, I sort of feel like trying to get back out there or hiding in the crates are the two moves that I have left. Because a boom's going to happen and everyone's going to come in here. And thinking logically that maybe my best opportunity to slip past them and into the spaces that they were previously guarding. So yeah, I think that my next move is to hide in the crates.
All right. Yes, Felix does not know which door is going to go boom.
Nope.
Or if any of the doors at all.
It's true. I mean, it could be different door entirely that Mayhem set it up on.
I am just gonna be far away from all of them.
Wise.
Okay, so you're just gonna are you gonna like hide inside a crate, just amongst the crates?
I'm gonna make a hollow, basically that there's a crate like in front of me facing the outside world, and so it looks like there's like crates all around, but there's actually a spot for me inside of sort of like a nexus,
like
of
a gap
crates.
between them. Okay.
Yes.
Crate fort.
Crate fort.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Give me a thievery check, I think, to try to slide these around without causing too much noise or knocking anything over.
I happily will give you that. Button.
Okay, you slide some crates around very carefully, Jenga-ing your way around them, and getting just enough of the space for you to kind of slip in between them. It's a tight fit, so it is like you would either have to use a climb action or get through greater difficult terrain. So like, one square would be like it would take 4 squares of movement to get out, instead of 1. But you do have a spot. You are nestled in there.
Cool. Then I think I have my hiding spot.
And by this point, your invisibility would
have
worn off.
And I think I'm hunkering down until the boom, I hope, happens. Otherwise, getting out of here is going to get real interesting.
Okay.
And we'll conquer that problem then.
What's the rest of the party doing? You spend some time when...
Eights?
What was that? Oh.
Do you have any 8s, Regan?
Go fish.
Okay. We play cards for a little while, just to keep letting time go along. Do we want to wait and run inside, or are we going to be hanging around the back for him to come out for us?
That's a good question.
That's really the question right now, is where we're going to wait for when that explosion happens and what we're going to do when it goes off. Are we running in to try and get him out, or do we expect he's going to just come out to us and we need to make sure he gets away? Are we all going in to take things down? Is this just going to cause chaos and we can take advantage?
I wonder if I can, like, every so often, how, every so often Majenko just flies by to peek in a window and flies away.
What happens when Majenko goes by and then suddenly Felix is just gone because he's invisible?
It's the only way we can communicate with him currently is eye contact. Because you can be like, hey, we can go ask if you want, like, we never made, like, an exit plan proper.
No. I thought we were all going to be in there. Then we weren't all in there.
I'll say that because this wasn't set up prior, that I won't allow that on the grounds of maybe you think that having Majenko constantly flying there and back would definitely cue somebody off.
That's mostly what I was asking with, like, with that anyway, is like,
yeah,
would that be
a Drake stopping by one time to look is not weird. Drake stopping by multiple times would be very strange.
Yeah, it's fine.
Especially if they notice. Okay, well,
I would not allow you to have this or try to do that again until 6 p.m. or later.
Okay.
Meta-wise, but you're welcome to do it then or later.
It's like, I don't know. I just assume the explosion will happen and he'll pop out somewhere. So what Regan thinks he's going to do, because this is what I originally thought he was going to do, was he's going to observe the explosion would happen and he would leave in the commotion invisibly. That is what Regan thinks he's going to do.
okay.
So she's like, yeah, the explosion will happen. He'll come out and we'll all hang out together.
And we should set up sometime after sunset, which is coming soon. Around the corner here, I wanted to clarify this earlier, I forgot. There's a building that kind of juts out sideways. Is that connected to the other warehouse, or is it just like a similar building nearby?
It's just another warehouse nearby.
Okay. Then we'll just kind of hide around the corner of that warehouse nearby.
Like if you go over here, like, it's just a different warehouse.
I couldn't
building.
tell if it connected over here or not, because I never
like
went
if-
down that far, so okay.
Yeah. If you walk down a little bit further, you would see that it's just a separate building.
Hey, a bush.
Oh my
sure.
god.
Unless you have a better hiding place.
I don't. To the bushes. Oh, this is a nice bush.
See, it's big and there's some
Yeah,
space.
there's a
around
lot of
here.
bushes and trees back here. There's another warehouse building off to the side.
So we sit in the bush playing cards and waiting for an explosion.
That is essentially the plan. Once sunset comes around, the cards go away, and Mayhem will be prepared and waiting to see when it goes off. I don't know if he can quite make out the Fulu from here, but he could check around the corner and kind of keep an eyeball on it to see when it's starting to thin out.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess you guys are chilling until the time comes. I guess at some point the dark
Felix
vision
can't
elixir wears
see.
off. Felix can no longer see.
Did you take more than one or just one?
I took 3 with me.
Okay.
I can keep that going. The problem here is that I have to fish into my bag to get the other 2. So I presume that you will extract a cost from me for that action.
Yes.
Felix wouldn't have thought.
So I think after the
No,
second one,
you-
I would do it prior.
While the first, it doesn't turn off immediately. It's starting to fade, and when you realize it's starting to fade, you can look through your bag before it actually ends and grab your other dark vision elixir and drink it. And
That's
I think
funny.
it goes around 6:30. You gain dark vision again, or I try.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to apply it to myself, but I can't find the
there we go.
buttons.
Reapply. In the before you use the dark vision elixir, in the actual description, it has the effect dark vision elixir, and you like drag that onto yourself.
Okay, I now finally understand that, and now have given it to myself twice. Cool.
Mayhem's gonna
right
go ahead and
click on
down
this.
his while he's at it too.
Okay.
I don't know how to get into the stash.
On the character tab, there's where it says party. Just to the left of where it says the party is a little sheet,
A little piece of paper. You click open
and it opens
sheet.
up our party window, and one of the tabs.
Ah, there it is. I can never find this. Thank you. I will take my 2.
Yes.
Because if it gets
All
dark,
right.
I will read this.
As it's getting darker, take sippies of your little drinks. Oops, I went too far.
Chugging potions, as we do.
And as it gets closer, Mayhem, you round the corner to get a better look at the Fulu, which is burning down like a wick. And 5, 4,
Chug one
3,
last potion.
2, 1. Boom! The door blasts open. The building rattles. And I think that is where we're going to call it for the evening.
Felix could run right now.
When we come back next week, we'll be rolling some initiative and seeing what happens with this plan. Stay tuned, folks. You don't want to miss it. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Hey, you're weird like that.
Weirdos.
But
How could you?
yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching on YouTube or in your podcast feed. If you're a sicko who likes podcasts, gross. Couldn't be me. Yeah, I think we're back normal time next week, and for some more weeks thereafter. Join us, join the revolution, join the Grey Maidens. Good night.